Hello and welcome to Nerdgasm Noir Network. It's me, Dee, and I'm here with. Wait a minute. We've got a little bit of a different cast today. We're not doing Reclaimers because it's not Sunday, and we're not doing a regular Nerdgasm Noir episode because this is not on a podcast. Today, we are doing a special thing. So, welcome to the Apochromatic 2025 Black History Month TTRPG fundraiser. So, this year, we're raising funds on Tiltify for Black Girls Rock. Black Girls Rock is an organization and a movement dedicated to empowering and celebrating Black girls and women through programs focused on leadership, education, and cultural enrichment, fostering self-worth, pride, and empowerment. Each week of Black History Month, channels including Apochromatic Unlimited, Obsidian Brews, House of Dreams, and here, Nerdgasm Noir Network, have been hosting actual plays and panels to raise funds and show our passion, unity, and creativity. Big thanks and shout out to this year's sponsors, Transplanar RPG. Transplanar RPG is an award-winning, all transgender, people of color led dark fantasy channel telling stories in an original, non-colonial, anti-Orientalist multiverse. They are proud to support the Apochromatic Unlimited Black History Month fundraiser and encourage everyone watching to give what they can. As always, we stand in solidarity with all oppressed peoples of the U.S. and the world fighting for freedom against colonization, imperialism, and white supremacy. Free Sudan, free the Democratic Republic of Congo, and free Palestine. So, if you want to help out, you can donate to Black Girls Rock by clicking the link in the chat to Tiltify, where your donations will be tracked live, and also check out the links for each of our cast members. So, since we've done our little intro, let's get to know some of our cast members. So, I think I'm going to start with, I always pick on JP, so I'm not going to start out with you first. I think I'm going to start with Allegro. Allegro, introduce yourself to the people. Where can people find you?
Hello. I'm Allegro. They, any pronouns. You may also find me at Alluring Allegro across the interwebs. Usually I'm on Blue Sky or here on Twitch on my own channel, or hanging out with my friends. We do a lot of video games, and a lot of mutual aid and charity work. So,
and Garnet, how about you? How about you introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, I'm Garnet. I am going to be playing Ladasha Brown. We use she, they pronouns. I am usually over on Blue Sky, screaming about hygiene and health, and because that's super important to me as a human and just a germaphobe in general. That's definitely part of the reason why, but also because like it's important to like be hygienic and be clean because nobody's coming to save us. Um, but also like yeah, I also think I'm funny. Like I don't know if anybody else does, but I think I'm funny. So I try to make jokes. I will be restarting my series of shit I should have watched already very soon because the list just keeps growing. Anyway, I am super excited to be here with these lovely folks, and because I've never played with any of you before, and this is going to be great.
Alrighty, and Candace, how about you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Candace. You may have seen me around the internet as Candace the Magnificent. My pronouns are they, she. I am playing Astrid Mayhew, who is she, they. You can find me at the Candace Marie on Blue Sky and very, very few and far between on Twitter, and pretty much everywhere else at Candace the Magnificent. I'm very excited to be here.
And JP.
Hi, I'm JP Fairfield. As Dee mentioned, I'm one of the players on the Reclaimers on the Nerdgasm Twitch. So that's every Sunday. But I am happy to play with y'all today because I am so excited. I'm always playing with Dee, so I need new people, new blood. But you can find me on my card with all my socials, JP Fairfield. .card.co. That's JPFAIRFIELD. I'm so used to spelling Nerdgasm that I forgot how to spell my own name. And I play Princess Maze. We both are using she, her pronouns. And since she's a princess, I have to have my little tiara. So
That's super cute. That's super cute. Alrighty. And of course, my name is Deanna Jones. I am a writer and a podcaster. You can find everywhere I'm at on the internet, which is kind of slowly dwindling because the internet, social media has been real bad lately. But mostly you'll find me on Bluesky. But anywhere else I'm at on the internet, you can find on my card, nanicoolj.carrd.co. And with that, we will get into our game. So, we're actually going to start this game on spring break. Our troop here is a budding blossoms sort of kids scout group. Think Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, but a little bit more gender inclusive. Well, I was saying more gender inclusive, but Girl Scouts will literally let everybody in. So think Girl Scouts. But you guys are part of a troop that have been going through your cookie season. It's the middle of April, and you guys have been going through your neighborhoods selling cookies like crazy because this is going to be the most important trip of you guys' lives. It's the spring break Camp Wildflower Spring Bloom. And what that is outside of a cute little town called Quaint Village, there is a campground that has a special event each year where blooming blossoms from all over the country, all over the world even, come to the campground at Quaint Village, and they have a sort of farmer's market where they have the girls come in and they actually sell cookies during the spring break week that they're doing, selling cookies and doing camping and survival things, and also just socializing, meeting girls from different troops, and having a real good time. But one of the things that is very important for all of the troops here is the grand prize for cookie sales. Now, the grand prize for cookie sales is a trip for your entire troop to a theme park called Enchantment Park. Enchantment Park is the biggest theme park in the world. It's the size of a major metropolitan city almost. And there's so many different things going on. You have like a princess world, you have like a space world, you have like an underwater world, all of these things. And you guys, whoever wins the contest actually gets to go on a week-long trip to Enchantment Village and hopefully get to experience all of the things. So this is actually your first day at this lovely little camp. It's a very quaint little mountain. The town is a little quaint little mountain town, and the camp is very, it's very, I was going to say floral, foresty. So it's like you've got a lot of pine trees and evergreens and things like that in the area. This is you guys just arrived the night before. This is your first day there, and you're waking up and you have little Miss Kiana Lawson letting you guys know what your agenda for today is. Kiana is actually not part of your troop. She's actually in one of the Little Sister, the Baby Blossoms group. But her troop actually wasn't coming this year for the big trip, but she really wanted to go. So she decided to come with you guys. And she's walking into the room with all the bunk beds, and she's making a lot of noise because it's 8:00 in the morning, and she has her schedule, and she's saying, "It's 8:00. It's time to wake up, everybody. We have to wake up at 8:00. Then we have to go to the mess hall for breakfast at 9, and then we have to sell cookies at 10, and then we have to." And she's just going on and on about the schedule.
Wait.
Yes, princess.
Okay. It's too early. You're way too happy.
We got to get up early. That's what's on the schedule. We got to get up at 8:00, and then we have to have breakfast in the mess hall at 9:00, and then we have to go out to the market so that we can sell the cookies at 10:00. And oh, where's Miss Aaliyah? Where's Miss Aaliyah? And she kind of like runs out of the room real quick and just kind of goes outside of the little camping bungalow that you guys share, and she's just kind of yelling for Miss Aaliyah. So as you guys wake up this morning, what are your moods? How are you feeling? First day at camp.
Princess is not happy about waking up early. In fact, she literally just slides off the bunk onto the floor.
What does Princess look like?
So, she has like, of course, the pigtails. And of course, they're in the colors of the blossoms. She's kind of like, so think of like Rue from the character Rue from what's the
Hunger
movie?
Games.
Hunger Games?
Yes. Um, kind of like that, except in pigtails and kind of like more slanted, kind of more almondly colored eyes.
Mhm.
Um,
So
and
she looks like baby you, is what you're saying.
baby me,
Yes.
really?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that. um, but she's yeah. So, but she's kind of like, you think she kind of reads smaller than she is.
Mhm.
Um, but she's actually kind of like average height for her age and kind of tall, but she tends to like lean a lot.
Mhm. Okay. So you get up after you hear uh after you hear Kiana's screaming and fussing about it's time to get up because you guys have to get ready for the day. Um who do you decide to turn to also wake up to share in your suffering of being up early in the morning?
I think uh I think I go and bother Kiki.
Okay. So Kiki, you
Mhm.
wake up because Princess has decided that since she's got to be awake, everybody's got to be awake. What's Kiki look like?
I think Kiki is kind of, the like baby giraffe stage where you're kind of like, or like the baby horse almost, where she's like, they're kind of like almost right towards like their first big stint of puberty. And so they're
Mhm.
like in this, their little
Weird
like
limb
school,
stage.
their proportions are a little off, but they very obviously like kind of athletic. And I think they're going through it a little bit, but just like kind of starting to get into their own body. Probably, I think, practical braids. Um, Probably, honestly, there's probably a couple bandages on different parts. Probably like one on the face and like one on an arm and one like near the ankle and the leg, from exploring as soon as they got here yesterday.
Mhm.
And I think Princess goes to wake Kiki up, and Kiki kind of like just like opens an eye, like, "Sup?"
Uh we have to get up because we have a whole schedule. So I figure you'll wake up the others.
I can do that. You want me to do that?
Okay, sure. And she just slinks back to the floor.
Cool. Kiki just kind of like rubbing the sand out of the eyes, and then is like, "All right, let's do this." Like, gets off the bunk, starts poking at everybody else.
Who do you poke first?
Oh, let's poke Astrid.
I think you go to poke Astrid, and there's a very convincing shape in the bed, but when you push your finger into it, it squishes, and it's clear that this person is not in their bed. I think the moment that you realize that they're not there and you start to look around, the door has probably been left ajar in a very irresponsible way. Um, and I think if you open the door and you look outside, Astrid is there doing like little burpees and like exercises and stuff, and has some little like those little over ear like individual headphones that don't have the top part
Mhm.
in their ears, and a big like CD Walkman, like a Discman, on their little fanny pack. And she's like doing good stretches and stuff like that. This person is Femme. She's actually really big for her age. She's 12, but it's clear that puberty has already kind of happened here with this kid. Broad shoulders, darker skin, um, very kind of more masculine features, but wearing feminine clothing, dressed in like a little pink and brown sweatshirt. They already have their badge on. It's clear that that small child got to them like right away, and they were like ready, and so they're there like, oh hey guys, we got a full day pack schedule, so you got it up and at 'em. I was coming to get everybody, but I got to get in my exercise first because I'm gotta stay fit, and they have like little like baby muscles that they're like.
Kiana pipes up and goes, yeah, see, we have to be on schedule. We have to be on. Wait, we're missing somebody.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Oops. Shoot.
Yeah. Ladasha?
Hold on, I got it. I could go back inside and go like up the ladder and like start poking.
No. And does like remember in Cinderella when they tried to wake her up and she just sort of grabbed the pillow and like turned over with the pillow on top of her head? That is literally the move.
Hey, no, you can't be doing. We're supposed to.
Look, y'all know. Look, I finally got my mom to cut the cord just once. Please let me sleep in.
I mean, I kind of just go turn to look. I'm like, well, we still got like an hour almost, kind of.
Fine, if y'all are up, I'll get up.
And what does the Ladasha look like as she gets up?
The Ladasha is she's got like new box braids in. So they're fresh, but they're looking a little tight. No. Looking a little tight because they are brand new, and she went to the Africans up the street.
Oh, you can see her scalp. No.
Yeah. But that was the only way she was allowed to go into the woods by herself. And somehow she also convinced her mother to just be like, but everybody else is getting their hair the same color as like our troop. So she's got a little bit of pink in there, not a lot, just a couple of highlights because it's only spring break. So, and she's got soft brown skin, and she is also quite tall for a 13-year-old. She's hitting that, oh, you're going to be in that potentially 6 foot range when you finally stop growing. Which I think she's kind of figuring that out because she has accented herself with platform shoes, and it's just like, if I'm going to be tall, I'm going to be tall. It's also how she gets away with like the skirt rules, so she can like wear shorter skirts, but they don't seem that short. Yeah, because their legs are long. Mm-hmm. But she's also got longer limbs, so like her arms are long too. So like that short skirt is like, oh, it has to reach your fingertips, but it does. My legs are just long. Like, what am I supposed to do? Currently in pajamas, but trying to find her uniform and mad about it.
Alrighty, so you guys are waking up. Little Miss Kiana is walking around. Kiana is a very like small child. Kiana is only like 7 or 8 years old. Kiana actually is very is in that little kid stage where they still like, they're not really presenting a gender yet, right? So like, just like this, they just look like a kid, really. They've got like soft curly hair. They are lighter skinned, dark brown eyes, like very like, you know how people talk about like piercing blue eyes? It's the same thing, but brown in a weird way where you're just like, dang, why are your eyes that brown? How did you even manage that? Like, there's always looks like there's light behind them in some form or fashion. And they're just the cutest little kid. Everybody calls them Little Miss Kiana because Little Miss Kiana is very, very responsible for being only about 7, 8 years old. And that's why Kiana has the schedule. And that's why Kiana is basically like ushering you guys around because Aaliyah, she's one of the older, like, fully teenage troop girls. She's like not your troop leader, but she's sort of like your big sister kind of thing. And she's the one she's one of your supervisors, her and then like the scout mom are your supervisor for this trip. Scout mom's not there. Aaliyah has gone off, assuming, to get ready. And so Little Miss Kiana has taken up her job of being the one who is responsible and making sure that everybody gets to where they go. And so she's kind of just trying to like herd you guys like to the bathrooms to get ready and everything, and making sure that everything is okay, and being like a fussy little kid, basically. So she is pushing you guys to get ready. And as you guys are getting ready, you actually do get a visit from another troop that's walking by. This troop, it's a bigger troop. There's like 10 kids in this troop. So they're actually all walking towards the mess hall, but one of them actually breaks off and comes to join you guys. It's this girl, Brittany, around 11, 12 years old, blonde hair, dark brown eyes, big braces. And she comes up to you guys and she goes, "Are you guys excited? It's the first day of like the cookie market. This is going to be so fun. We're going to get to meet a whole bunch of people."
I don't understand why everyone's so chipper in the morning. I don't understand.
Because it's cookie market week. This is the best week ever.
I mean, cookies will be there at 1 p.m. So I don't understand why we have to get. It's not even 8 yet.
Yeah, but we got to eat and we got to get ready. And then they're going to do the pep talk right before we do it. And then like the cookie sales start at 10 because, you know, they open up the camp. And Kiana pipes up and goes, "Yeah, she comes up with a little fact. And she goes, "Yeah, the cookie market is very important because one, it teaches us how to sell things and how to be good business people. And then also it helps bring money to the economy of Quaint Village." She looks very proud of herself for saying that.
You're very knowledgeable. And I pat her on the head.
She smiles and she like looks at her little clipboard and she's just happy. But oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
So the other girl actually like kind of like sees your like disinterest in the morning and just kind of goes, "Well, you know, yeah, but you know, you can take a nap later and then we get to do campfire tonight. Aren't you excited about that?"
I can take a nap?
Yeah. What? She looks around like she's looking for like your like whoever your guys' chaperone is, and then she looks at little Miss Kiki and goes, "Are they allowed to take naps?" And Kiki looks at their schedule and goes, "I don't know, I have to ask Miss Aaliyah," and then runs back into the bungalow.
Oh, there she goes. You know, if you take a nap, though, you're going to miss out on prime, you know, sneak out, see parts of the forest time.
Well, I don't know if I'm the forest going person. I like the forest, but I don't want to be too far in the forest, if that makes sense.
Oh, there's dangers out there, that's for sure. I don't think I'd want to have to face down like a grizzly or something. That doesn't sound very safe to me.
No.
They're not all that bad.
Wait.
Did you say a grizzly?
You
There are
faced
bears out
They're
there?
not usually that close to this part of the. We're probably fine, and if we're
Well-
not, you just gotta be like all big, and then they go away.
Wait, you met one or you just know?
Well, not a grizzly.
Brittany
It's a long story.
Brittany looks at Kiki. Now, Kiki is tall, right?
Yeah.
Brittany is not. Brittany is a very, very short girl. So Brittany looks kind of up at you and goes, "Yeah. Rawr. Be big."
See, just like that. You're almost there.
Astrid immediately starts taking notes. Everything that you're saying, they're like jotting it down in their field notes little guide, trying to make like little diagrams. Their art is terrible. They're just like really interested in what you have to say.
Stick figures, like just with like little
Like a
claw hands.
little claws of a person and then one with claws and ears.
Like
I can make myself big. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if I can make myself that big. Wait, hold on. And I kind of look between like Kiki and like Astrid and Ladasha, and I'm like, I'm calculating the heights and I'm the shortest, and I'm just like, I can't. How do I stretch myself?
Yeah, but I mean, didn't I see you taking like jujitsu in that dojo around the corner?
But I don't know if I can jujitsu a bear.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
we're
But I
supposed
mean, I
to
bet you're
wrestle the
fast as
wildlife.
anything.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to wrestle. Like, I'll just be swinging from his arm.
Well, I know if a fox jumps at you, you can kick it in the mouth and then run as fast as you can. I heard that running sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good.
That sounds
Mm,
true. I could believe that.
wait. Do they like cookies? Could we throw a cookie and then just bolt?
At the fox or at the bear?
I mean,
Both.
either in theory. Yeah.
Brittany kind of looks between you guys and goes, "But how will we know which flavor the bear likes?"
We don't. We just keep throwing a different flavor until it just stops. Maybe that's why we sell cookies.
I'd start
Market
with the
research.
peanut butter ones. It's got
Yeah.
nutrition.
Or
Protein.
maybe anyone's with honey. I heard
Yeah,
bears really
that's-
like
Oh
honey.
yeah, the
That's
honey
what I was
grams.
thinking. The honey ones would probably work.
Hmm.
Asher
Honey.
just goes back to writing it all down.
You know what? If we had more like stuff about like how you can get away from bears and foxes, I wouldn't mind getting up early so much.
Brittany goes, "Well, maybe that's the thing that you guys can do is you guys can make a guide about how to get away from bears and foxes. You could talk to other people in the camp. I'm pretty sure somebody's been in contact with a fox, possibly a bear."
Oh my God, we can be a news station for the woods. And we can say, hey, at 5 p.m., we will tell you how to get away from mean foxes and bears.
So, like, are we gonna write it up and then are we gonna go out and test it?
Oh, I wasn't thinking that far ahead, so I guess yes.
I mean, there's always time between the end of the cookie market and dinner that you guys can go. It's still daylight outside, so like it's not as scary. You don't have to worry about like running into monsters or aliens or anything.
Yes.
Or lake monsters.
Yes. My mom said monsters have thin lips, so don't go with monsters with thin lips.
What if they're like monster with big lips? Then what do we do?
Wait,
No, she just told me watch out for thin lips.
Okay. So the other one's fine? They're probably fine.
hold on. Now we're talking about. Okay, did we suddenly become the Scooby Gang? Why are we hunting monsters?
I mean, I wouldn't be upset with having that job.
I
would
mean,
love
no,
to
but
investigate
like-
supernatural interests and issues. I
Wait,
call Red.
Wait, come on.
Brittany hears the conversation and she kind of gets bored with it and she goes, "Okay, well, I'll see you guys at breakfast or maybe at the cookie sale, okay?"
Okay.
And she kind of wanders off.
Bye.
Oh, wait. I'll get Velma then. Or no. Do I want Velma? I don't know. Sweaters make me really hot though.
At that point, a little Miss Kiana comes out and goes, Velma is actually really smart and also my favorite, so could I be Velma?"
Do you want to take turns being Velma?
Yes.
Okay. That way, if one of us lose our glasses, the other one will find it. See? Smart.
You see that Kiana has a revelation because now she just kind of like looks down at the ground and just whispers, "If there was two Velmas, then it'd be really hard to lose your glasses."
Yes.
And then they kind of run back into the bungalow again.
Hey, Ladasha, do you know what a Scooby is?
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
Okay. Then what's a Velma?
Wait. When
When we
Have
get
you
home,
never?
when we get home, we're just gonna. It's okay. We're gonna watch it. We're just gonna sit down. There's always a marathon on Cartoon Network. We will just sit down and we will just watch. Scooby Doo. You'll be fine.
Astrid turns like dramatically slow to look at you and is like, "You don't know
Nope.
what a
we're
hex
not.
girl is?"
Nope.
What's the hex girl?
Yep.
Oh my
nope.
god.
We'll fix it when we get home.
You
Oh my
hear
God.
You
If-
hear a collective gasp from the forest.
Oh, man.
Just the forest going.
Oh my god.
Is this
Kiki,
like a TV thing? I didn't do a lot of TV.
how
Yep,
lucky
yep.
you are to experience the Scooby Gang for the first time. I can't wait to see
wow.
it.
Yeah, no, we'll fix it when we get home. It's just this is a problem that has a solution. Unfortunately, we can't deal with it right now.
So while you guys get dressed having this conversation, very, 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 very shocked that someone in your retinue has never seen Scooby-Doo before, because this is probably around the era where the Scooby-Doo movie, live action movie, did come out.
Yes.
So the fact that you haven't seen the cartoon, or at the very least that weird little CGI dog, is strange to everyone. So you guys make your way out to the mess hall at breakfast, and when you go to the mess hall, it is huge. So what you guys see is they've actually, because it's a camp, um, and because so many different troops are coming from around the world, the way that they have it set up is like the mess hall is like a sort of like almost school cafeteria setup, where like you guys stand in a line and you guys go through this like progression in these several lines of food that you can pick up, and then you actually go back outside and there's a bunch of it's very rustic looking. So you look at the tables and they're wooden tables, and then like most of the chairs, if they're not like wooden benches, they're like tree stumps that have been strategically placed to make the place look very cozy and quaint. And so you guys actually get your lunch, and you guys go and you sit down. And as you guys are sitting there getting ready to get into your food, you actually hear a commotion from the line after you guys have already gotten out. And what you hear is a bunch of kids basically going, "Hey, you can't do that. You can't be there. You got to get in the back of the line."
Are y'all hearing that?
Yeah, I turn. Do I know any of these people in that having commotion?
You do. You actually look up and you see that there's a girl there. It's a troop. Another, of course, Blooming Blossoms troop. But the first person you actually see this girl called Star. And you guys know who Star is. Star actually lives in the next town over from where you guys live. The next city over from like where you guys live, the next major city. And like you guys know Star's troop specifically because Star's troop is one of your biggest rivals. Like every season, it's when it comes to cookie sales on the local level, like in you guys' region, it's always a competition between your troop and Star's troop, because you guys are like the two best sellers in the region, right? And so you see Star and her troop. Star is also she is a girl who she's around 12, 13 years old. Puberty hit her early, so like she looks very like she's the only girl you've ever seen at 13. Well, the only black girl you've seen at 13 whose mom let her wear makeup. And so like she's got like blue eyeshadow, so much glitter, bright lip gloss. And she's got her hair up in like a really tight sock bun. And she walks up to like, she's basically walking up to the front of the line, and she's kind of like trying to like shoo people out of her way so she can stand in the front of the line. And she's being followed by like the two girls that are like her kind of like her little lackeys. And she walks up and she's just like, excuse me, but do you know who I am? Like, I'm one of the star sellers of the Blooming Blossoms. So I think it would just be nice of you to let me get in front. Why won't you let me cut you?
You see Princess roll her eyes, like that slow roll, and she's like, and you just hear her mumble Star. And then she like Because usually she has a little canvas bag with her, so she gets out her little tiara out her bag and puts it on her head. Of course, it's matching brown and pink.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
and she goes over there, and then she just walks up and just gets in front of Star and
Ooh.
just in line and cuts her.
Star looks at you and goes, "Excuse you, you're oh, it's one of you."
I don't know. Who are you?
She laughs a little bit. She goes, "You know who I am. I'm part of the troupe that always beats you every year at cookie sales."
Oh, so every year you get so desperate to beat us that you do sneaky, dirty, low down things to get away with it. Yes, I do. I remember you now.
How dare you?
I dare very much. So, anyway, and I turn back around.
You, as you're turning away, you hear her kind of like grumble and she like whispers something between her friends. Do me a favor and give me a charm test. Difficulty of 4.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can find the good dice.
Good luck.
I have a 5.
You got 1 5. So you say that and you walk off and you hear her kind of like fussing at her 2 little cronies. And then after a while, she just goes, "Ugh, whatever." Like, ugh. And she kind of like, you hear her kind of like storming off towards the back of the line.
I don't know who she cut, but I turn. I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't think I want to be in line right now. So you can just go ahead. And I just walk back to the table.
As you walk back to the table, the person that you had cut in line from is a very, 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 very thin kid. Thin and tall, so you can tell like they hit puberty. Like they had just hit puberty this summer. So basically, whatever width they had, they grew, and so it all became length. And so like they're super, super skinny, and they kind of just look at you and go, thanks, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see you around as you walk off.
Now,
Back
during this interaction, Ladasha didn't move, but they did stand. They were like full height in platforms, standing, like watching this interaction, ready to like gazelle bolt over there if necessary, but also knowing that Princess had it.
So actually, you're standing up, and as you're standing up, you actually get a little tap on the shoulder, and you turn around and you see Aaliyah Choi, you guys is your older sister, sort of older sister troop member, kind of like taps you on the shoulder and goes, "What's you are taller than Aaliyah, by the way. Aaliyah is tall for." Aaliyah is kind of tall, but like you're taller than her. So she looks up at you a little bit and goes, "What's going on?"
Star.
Oh. Where's Princess?
Coming back. And then I'm gonna sit down and just like start eating the fruit that's on my plate.
Aaliyah kind of like looks around and goes, "Well, it's not a fight." So, and she sits down next to you with her plate and just starts eating. What's everybody else doing?
I think Astrid like puffs up their chest a little bit, seeing all of this happen, and they just kind of casually maneuver themselves like just behind Princess, like just off to the back in
Mhm.
case anybody else comes up, knowing that she has her 2 cronies, like doesn't want it to be an unfair fight if anything pops off. So I
Mhm.
think like the moment Princess turns around, she's probably like one of those, wasn't doing anything. I was just standing here. I was certainly
Very
not
inconspicuous.
trying to get involved. I was just minding my business and happened to be in this vicinity. But also good job. um and kind of has this lingering glance toward Star. Like their face is like a mixture of something like confused that's like looks like confusion, but they also have a look on their face that feels like it is something they're familiar with, like behavior that they don't like, that they're familiar with.
Do me a favor and give me a skill check difficulty of 5.
Okay. I got a 3 and a 2.
3 and a 2.
Yeah.
So you look over at Star, and you guys have had interactions with Star before. Like this is very familiar, and so it's just kind of like, okay, cool. Like Princess went over and kind of like diffused the situation in Princess's way, and you can see that like basically they're on that little crew is on the retreat. So that's just basically it.
She tries to kind of just like steady herself a little bit and just like sits down in one of the empty seats and just kind of like looks around and puts her headphones in, just waiting for someone to be like, this is what we're doing now. She's overwhelmed.
Kiki, what about you?
I think Kiki has been not eating popcorn because it's breakfast, but just kind of like half eaten breakfast, half looking at everybody else and what they're doing, and also kind of occasionally peeking around to see if anybody else is doing anything interesting, and then when that's not as interesting as this, coming back here. And I think is like because Kiki's kind of newer to the troupe, and so knows of Star, but I think hasn't seen this particular interaction as much. And so it's kind of just been like, this is what we're doing. Okay, got it. I think.
So, shortly after you guys have that interaction, actually, everybody give me a skill test difficulty of 4. I believe in you guys.
I got 2 6s.
Same.
Woo!
I got a 4 and 6. So long as one of them passed.
That's all that matters.
I did not, and one of them escaped me, so I don't know what it is. So I had to roll again, and I failed all of it.
Alrighty. So, but we did get 2 people who rolled double 6s, though. So, all right. You guys are sitting at the table. Things are starting to calm down from the interaction. Like, it's that thing where there's like a fight. It looks like there's a fight about to happen. So there's like this little bit of like electricity going through the crowd. Like, oh my God, is something going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. And then that just sort of starting to die down, right? Kiki and Princess, the thing that you guys notice first is you guys notice like looking around. Normally there are a couple, you can sort of like see like a couple groups. There's like the troops, right? And the troops can range from like the older troops to the younger troops. It just depends on who can actually come to the camp for this week. A lot of times troops are, if they can't go on their own, they'll do something like Little Miss Kiana does, and they'll go like with a sister troop of older kids or younger kids, whatever. Aaliyah's situation is Aaliyah is sort of you guys' big sister. Aaliyah has her own troop, but she's coming with you guys as the big sister to sort of like mentor you through the whole process. And just to be kind of a chaperone. And then you guys have an actual adult chaperone, which is usually the scout mom, right? Like whichever mom is the mom that is the one who is keeping track of everything, the most aggressively mom in the group. Is usually the person that you guys have as like a scout mom who is your adult chaperone. And then of course there's the camp counselors. Kiki and Princess, the thing that you guys notice is you guys look around and like you see some of the scout moms around, but like not a whole lot of them. But you actually notice that you guys' scout mom, she wasn't there this morning. and you really haven't seen her since you guys got up. Astrid, you look around and you actually notice, looking at the camp counselors, that some of them look really nervous. Like they're kind of like whispering to each other, like looking around, like something seems a little off. And then right as you notice that, actually one of the camp counselors gets up on a sort of like impromptu stage with like one of those little karaoke machines with the microphone, and it makes that big sort of reverb noise. And the person gets on the microphone and goes, welcome to the Camp Wildflower Spring Break Spring Bloom. And like nobody really responds. Like all of the kids kind of like look, the kids and the adults and everybody around kind of look up at them and then just kind of continue eating.
Woo!
They look at you and they like smile and put a thumbs up, and then they sort of like turn and direct the conversation at you because you're the one who's vibing. And then they go, this year we are having our annual Spring Bloom cookie market. This year, the troupe that sells the most cookies is going to be getting a ticket to Enchantment Park. And just as I'm saying it like that, that's exactly how awkward it is for them to be speaking in front of people. And they continue on and they go, and so this week is a very rousing competition where all of our troops get to show their stuff, and they pause for a little bit and they pull something out of their back pocket and go, their skills in salesmanship and then they pull it out again, and then they kind of like go through like a spiel really, really fast, and then they go, and so good luck, everybody. Nobody responds.
I think they should have Kiana do it next year.
Yeah, they're not very good at this. At least Kiana has more energy and stuff.
Kiana beams at that. She's just so excited because the older kids are being so nice to her.
I mean, she's adorable.
She's so cute. She's that little kid that you want to like protect with your whole life, but also you kind of want to like, it's that aggressive cuteness, or you kind of want to like pile drive her at the same time.
I'm here to be cute.
You just try to keep her forever, you know.
So they kind of like step down off the podium, and Astrid, you like watch them kind of like walk back to another person who looks, this is an older person. Again, you guys are children, so most of the camp counselors are like people in their 20s. So to you, they seem
old people.
old.
Okay.
But like this person that they're talking to is somebody they've got like graying hair. They're probably like somewhere in their 50s. So to you guys, as children, right? They're ancient. Like, oh my God, like, wow, you knew the first president? Amazing. So they go and like they talk to this person, and they look like the initial person who was speaking looks really, really nervous, and that person kind of just pats them on the shoulder, and then like you know, it looks like they're saying something sort of encouraging and sort of like points to an area where that person like kind of bows their head and starts walking out that way. What do you guys want to do for your lunch period before it's time to start selling cookies? No, lunch period, breakfast period. I don't know what time of day it is.
I think without even thinking about it, Kiki's like already gravitating to go follow that person who just left.
Okay. Are you trying to be sneaky about it, or are you?
I don't think they're conscious of it, but yeah, like I think they're just inherently like used to doing this kind of thing.
All right. So give me a where are Kiki's skills? Kiki's the scout.
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be a skill test. You can use your scout. After you roll to make a test related to outdoor survival, you may re-roll. Okay, so if you want to use that re-roll, you can, because this is going to be sort of an exploration roll, but it's going to actually be a skill test for this.
Okay.
All right.
Is there a number? What's the
difficulty is going to be 4.
4. Oh, yeah, that's a 5 and a 6.
Oh, yeah. So you make your way over to follow them, right? How close are you trying to get?
Honestly, I don't have to be too close, like just enough to kind of keep seeing where they're going, or if they talk to anybody interesting, or if they go somewhere interesting. I haven't gotten to explore yet, so I'm ready to go.
All right. So in the campground, there's a couple areas, right? Like there's the mess hall that you guys are at that is sort of like in the middle of everything, right? There's another area called the campfire area. That's where you guys do campfire every night, where people like get together and tell stories and socialize, things like that. There's the scouts have the main sort of camping bungalow area. And so like that is just like a huge area with like all of these different sort of like houses and groups of houses where the different troops and their chaperones stay. And then there is on the other side of the camp, there is an area that is where all of the like camp counselors and like the people who work at the camp stay, right? And then there is another area that's like sort of like the entrance area, which is where you guys normally would have like the camp or the cookie market, things like that. So you see that this person is walking actually towards the camp, or to the not the camp, the camp counselor area. And like they're walking and they have their head down and they look kind of like sad about something. But like as they get close to the camp counselor area, what you do see is you see them look up and you see them look off into the woods and then look back at the camp counselor area and then make their way into the woods. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
So much later. I kind of see approximately where they're like going off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man, okay, we don't have cell phones. All right. I kind of like backtrack a little bit to the breakfast, and I like kind of like silently go like, guys.
Guys. Little Miss Kiana actually sees you first. And like little Miss Kiana sees you first and then like points to himself and then points to everybody else and then points to Aaliyah. And just nods and kind of like pokes the other kids and is just like, hey, don't tell Miss Aaliyah, but Miss Kiki is over there and she is waving like she wants people to come over.
You see Princess immediately just leaves.
Kiana just watches it walk away and it's just kind of like, oh, we can just do that? And then Kiana also gets up and like looks at Aaliyah and then just like steps away from the table and walks away. And is actually very surprised when Aaliyah doesn't stop him.
As long as you walk with confidence. It's all about the confidence.
It really is. I woke up to Kiki. I was like, oh, okay, what's going on?
So like, you know how like the adults all look kind of freaked out or like sad or weird about something? So I followed one. And they were going to go back to where all the counselors and stuff stay, but then they walked into the forest.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? What if we followed them? Yeah. Maybe we'll find something weird.
Yes,
maybe it'll help us if we get their favor and then they help us at the cookie sales and then we win and then we go to what's it called? Enchantment Park?
Yes.
It's Enchantment Village, actually, and it's one of the happiest places on Earth. I'm sorry to eavesdrop. You were waving me over, and I didn't know when was appropriate to announce my presence. But I, too, have something to share. I saw that we're missing somebody. Did you notice that they're kind of missing our leader, like she's not around.
Yeah,
and all the grown-ups, they look really worried.
Oh,
maybe maybe they're connected. Like it's a connected thing.
Because they wasn't there in the morning, and that's weird.
Super weird.
This seems like a mystery.
like a mystery.
Yes.
Yeah, right. You hear Kiana go, I get to be a Velma.
Velmas are the smart one, right?
So
Yes.
Kiana looks at Princess.
So
Yes.
hold on. It is like 9 a.m. We have to be at our booth selling cookies in an hour.
Yeah.
And y'all want to go walking into the woods to go looking for missing adults who get to make their own choices.
I can go
If we
to
walk
the booth.
fast.
Wait.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I can go to the
Yeah.
booth. Princess can be Velma this time, and then I'll go to the booth, and then I can be Velma next time, and then Princess could go. We'll do shifts like a real job.
Yes. And then I was
Or
like, wait, hold
you guys
on.
could
And
both
I
be
dig
Velma.
into
I
my
mean-
canvas bag and I take out 2 glasses, like fake glasses, and I give one to Kiara.
Just have those.
Look, this canvas bag is doing a lot of work.
Claire's used to sell fake glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they still do, but they did because I used to wear the heck out of them. Yeah. Kiana gets really excited about the fake glasses and she puts them on. Doesn't need glasses, but is still excited to have them and goes, okay, I will go and I will sell the cookies. And then you guys can go and look at mystery stuff. And then we will get together later and we'll put all the clues together and we'll solve the mystery and we're going to find all the old people and it's going to be great.
Yes. And then we will have something on them.
Have some.
Kiki's already started to walk like, yeah, let's go.
Have some. Kiana turns to Garnet and goes, you said something about people being able to make their own decisions.
Yep.
What
Because these are grown adults who can make their own choices, and they have chosen to not be here.
Kiana thinks about that for a bit and goes, yeah, but sometimes adults don't get to do things that they want to do. Maybe they have to. And that you can see now that Kiana is kind of thinking really hard. You have blown this child's mind has been blown several times today. First, you could just walk away from an adult and not say anything, or at least an older kid and not saying anything. Second, you can solve mysteries. You're allowed to do that. Third, adults are allowed to make their own decisions, but yet sometimes look sad about it. That seems weird. And then Kiana goes, yeah, adults are allowed to make their own decisions. Yeah. And then when we're adults, we can also make our own decisions.
Yes. But the decision I would like to make right now is giving you a calculator. Because if you're going to be selling cookies, I want to make sure that you're getting it right. If you're going to be selling the cookies, I need to make sure that people are giving you the right amount of money and that you're giving them the right amount of change back. I don't distrust your math skills, but I need you to have a calculator.
We're doing math at school and they don't allow us to use a calculator, but sometimes I use a calculator. So thank you.
I'm so glad you know how to use this. I'm so glad you know how to use this.
And she takes it and then she makes her way back to go sit with Aaliyah again. And so the 4 of you guys, well, 3 of you guys, because I think Kiki just already started making her way into the woods.
Yeah, no.
Are you Princess is right behind her.
So you guys start marching into the woods. Now, it is still daytime, so a lot of the creepiness that you would normally find in the woods is sort of like, it's relieved because you guys can see everything. Like it's a dense forest, but not so much that it's like blocking out sunlight and making things very, very dark and like anything like that. You guys can still see pretty good, but there's still like a lot of trees and everything like that. It is for... If you have never been in the woods like this before, or you don't go into the woods like this except for maybe once a year when you're coming to camp to the cookie market, the smell is so... You guys have smelled from Yankee Candle Company, those pine tree, evergreen tree candles. This is that times 1,000, but also there's dirt. And you did not know that dirt had a smell probably before, but it is very earthy and very wet and very everywhere. And And you guys know that like in the woods there is a lake that sometimes the camp will take you to so that you guys can do like kayaking and things like that. That's a little bit away from the camp. But like this area right now, as far as you can tell, isn't like at the lake, but you can see that it's like kind of going towards the lake. What do you guys want to do?
And
Okay,
that's a
so-
pine, and that's sod, and that's moss, and over there that's a mushroom. They're pretty cool.
Can I eat it?
Not that
Wait.
one. Don't eat that one.
What about this one? And they're like already holding like a bunch of them in their hand.
I don't know. That one can either be really yummy or really bad for you. I don't remember. I'm still figuring that one out.
I'm gonna
Oh.
save it for later.
What is the bug situation like in these woods? Are they kind of everywhere, or are they upsettingly quiet?
You can hear them. So it's a situation where like you can hear, because it's spring, right? And so like you hear bugs and sort of like forest creatures. Like you can definitely hear like squirrels and things. It's not like cicadas loud, but you can every so often hear like maybe a cricket in the distance. You guys are actually more used to hearing the bugs at night. That's when they actually usually get really, really loud. You can hear like crickets super, super loud at
Okay,
night.
so we haven't hit the accidentally walking into a swarm of gnats type of thing yet.
No, you don't see anything like that currently. But like because this is nature, more nature than you're used to, the bugs are a little bigger than you're used to, like at home. So like every so often you guys will see like a caterpillar that is just huge, and you didn't know caterpillars could get that big. Sometimes you'll see like butterflies or moths that are like these really, really pretty colors. At one point you actually do see like it looks like something is looking down at you from the trees, but really it's just a moth that's hung upside down on a branch and its wings are open. So like after a second you're like, oh no, those aren't eyes, that's just wings. And so like that's sort of the vibe that you're getting here. But everybody give me a toughness check, difficulty of 3.
Does this involve
Yeah,
any
can I?
sort of athletics, or is this more about being outdoors?
This
Right.
is let's see,
Can I punch a mosquito? I'm just saying.
You can't punch a mosquito. But I will say the athlete and the scout abilities can be used for this.
Okay.
Oh, we're fine. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, we're fine. I got a 6. I was
Just
nervous.
5.
3 and a 5.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
you are good, guys. You are good.
You guys are noticing all of these things. But one of the things that you guys are noticing as well is usually when you're walking through a forest like this, you guys look back behind you and you can see that you've disturbed things, right? You look ahead of you towards where you think that this camp counselor went. You're not really seeing anything disturbed, at least not at like eye level.
Okay, that is. I kind of look back and then I look forward. I'm like, that's creepy. Shouldn't
kinda
there be
weird.
like, yeah.
I mean, unless they're like they really are here all the time, I guess, because sometimes you can get really good at not leaving tracks behind, or maybe trees. Can I climb a tree?
Give me a toughness check. Difficulty of, I'm gonna say the difficulty is gonna be a 4.
Do I get to add the 1 because this is athletical or acrobatical or?
Because this is athletical and or acrobatical.
Cool. What did I need?
4.
I got a 4.
Nice.
Yeah, barely.
So you make your way up a tree. What are the rest of you guys doing while Kiki is climbing?
Watching to make sure she don't break her neck.
I think-
Natasha is also a little adult.
Yes. I think Princess is like, wow, Kiki's going up the tree and like she's looking up and then she's like, okay. And then Like I'm going a little bit further down the direction that the adult supposedly went in and trying to see if anything else was disturbed that we just didn't notice.
Okay. I'm going to have you, Princess, give me give me a skill test, also difficulty of 4.
Okay.
Astrid is underneath the tree with their arms out, like hoping that nobody needs them to catch them, but ready if they do.
Okay.
Okay.
Like giving Kiki support.
I have a 6 and a 3.
Okay. So, Kiki, you make your way up the tree, right? You are looking around. And the thing that you notice is there are disturbances that are not caused by you guys, right? Like you look around and you can almost see, like, you see the path that you guys came up, and then you can see like little sort of variations that go out a little bit and come back into you guys' path, almost as if like when you guys were coming this way, you were covering something, right? So like whatever path the person was taking in front of you, you guys sort of like your path swallowed that up, except for the areas where they kind of like ventured off to the side a little bit to do something and come back, blah, 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 blah. Right? Princess, you go further out and you're looking to see if you see any disturbances, and you don't see any disturbances that look human. What you do see is you see what look like they might have been footprints, and then immediately after you see paw prints, and you see a lot of paw prints.
I think I run back, and then since Kiki is up the tree, so I can't say anything to them right now. So I'm like, Astrid, I see kind of like footprints, but then there's also like kind of like do I think it's like a dog or like a wolf print or
Your assumption would be that it would be some sort of like dog or wolf kind of creature.
yeah.
Something canine.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw like regular adult footprints and then it kind of was like a whole bunch of like maybe dog or wolf prints, which is kind of weird.
No.
What? Huh?
It's daytime. Werewolves are a nighttime thing.
But
You're
it might be
about werewolves.
it might be pets or I was not trying to think about werewolves, but since you put it out there, we might have a werewolf situation.
The sun is out.
Kiki.
They could be left over from last night, maybe?
Kiki, I'm going to need you to give me a toughness check, difficulty of 5.
Oh no. Okay. Does this still involve athleticism or
You know, we gonna ask it every time.
It does involve
it's very important to me.
It is athletical and or acrobatical, yeah.
Oh, 6.
Okay. Kiki, you hear them having that conversation and you're looking around trying to see what's going on. You actually probably you look off in the direction actually that you heard Princess talking about, trying to see like if you can see like if anything's going on further than that. And as you are looking, out of nowhere, flying straight at your face is a bat. And you see the bat and you manage to dodge the bat before it like straight up hits you in the face.
Oh shoot. I'm pretty sure.
You okay?
Rabies. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm probably gonna come down though, maybe.
All right,
Probably.
I gotcha.
That's a good idea. The ground is good.
Can I see where it came from before I like start scuttling down, or did it just kind of appear?
It seemed to give me a This is kind of an investigation. Give me a skill check difficulty of 4.
Let's say
Okay.
6.
Okay. So yeah, you saw it. So like it didn't just appear out of nowhere. You saw it. It looks like it was coming from like a little like area of trees. It almost looks like it was in those trees and then it came out at you. And the trees are not quite in the direction that that Princess was pointing. But yeah, it definitely seemed to have come out of the trees at you.
Okay. Hey, does anybody have a watch? How much time do we have?
I have a watch. I mean, do we really need to get back that soon? I feel like Kiara kind of got everything situated. That's the word of the day.
Oh,
Yeah, little Miss Kiana's
situated.
probably gonna sell all of our cookies for us before noon. Like I don't doubt that at all. Like if we come back and we don't have any cookies left, I will not be surprised. But other people might miss us.
We can't. We should probably. Who was that person who was being weird this morning? Star.
Yeah,
We probably
Star.
want to.
Star was just being
Star.
Right, but if we're there when we sell out of the cookies, then isn't that good for what do you call it? A reputation?
It does look like it does make us look like we know our stuff. It's true.
Okay. Well, I asked because a bat just tried to like hit me in the face, and it came from kind of that way where those tracks are.
Isn't that also a nighttime animal?
It can be.
Yeah. I mean,
usually prefer dusk. It depends, though.
Oh no! What if it's vampires?
That's
Werewolves
also
and
a
vampires.
nighttime animal.
I really hope it's vampires because they're pretty good looking.
Are they?
Yeah.
Have you met one?
Not according to
but
Buffy.
I have read a lot. What?
Well, you know what?
Have you seen
If
Mr.
they don't-
Trick? He's like the most handsome dude.
I mean, if you look at his
Drusilla,
side, I
She's
don't.
so dreamy.
Yes,
No?
until she vamps out.
Right. I'm talking about when they get all vamped out and are trying to drink all your blood. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but
not
then-
attractive.
But then that's when you get turned into a vampire. And what could be more interesting than that?
Oh wait, I won't have to get up early anymore.
Exactly.
This does.
Is
have
this like
benefits.
that one guy from that video game they have at the arcade sometimes? He's like pale everything, and he can turn into a bat. I think.
Yeah, I
I
think
love
that
Paul.
sounds.
He
I'm not
does he
know
have
what this
really?
is, but you don't know what Scooby Doo is.
Well, sometimes we go to the arcade when we stop at like beach towns, but like that's usually it.
Okay.
Does,
Nope.
does he have like long, wavy white hair?
Yeah.
He's the best. I love him. Oh, this being a vampire is getting better and better. Maybe it's not so bad.
So should I have not come down from the tree and should have gotten bit by the? I feel like my parents told me that you can get rabies from bats sometimes, so I thought I should go back. Oh, okay.
So you guys have this argument and sort of make your way back towards the camp, making your way out back towards the cookie market, and you actually don't get there too late. Like you get there probably like at around like 9:15. Oh, and I'm sorry, you get there around like 10:15. So just shortly after the cookie market starts, and you get there, and there is a line, and little Miss Kiana has the charm turned up and is like showing people cookies and being like, well, if you like something a little bit more chocolatey, we have these, and it's very, very refreshing because it also has the mint in them. But if you want something that's a little bit more rich and buttery, also peanutty, we also have these peanut butter sandwich ones that people like a lot. And basically like they're just kind of like going through all of the cookies and giving their little elevator pitch about them, and everybody is so enamored with this young child. As you guys walk up, she looks over and she smiles and like she like waves at you guys and she goes, also if anybody in the line has been waiting for a while and needs help, my fellow troop girls, my fellow troop people can come and help with sales. So please, if you would like to talk to them, they're also available to help. And then they look over at you guys and go, right?
Yes, of course. We are always here to help because we are Blossoms and we are here to make sure that you have an excellent experience.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So you guys are gonna make cookie sales. So you have like you have a line of people who are there. There's a lot of people here at the Cookie Mart. And the way that the Cookie Market works is it's actually kind of set up almost like a farmer's market. So like it's this big, like open sort of field area that has like all of these different like sections where all of the different girls are sort of like set up with their little booths for their cookies, and people like come around and they're like, you know, talking to the girls in the different troops, and like a lot of it is like people who, because it's towards the end of the cookie season, people know they can come here and get cookies even if like in the surrounding area like there isn't whatever flavor they want isn't left. So like some people are here specifically like flavor hunting. They're looking for a specific flavor of cookie. Some people are coming because, you know, they were Blossoms when they were little and they want to come and support, so they're just trying to come and support probably people in like from their general area, but mostly just to support some kids. You have a lot of teenagers who are here for snack purposes. You also have a lot of adults who smell real weird, even for the woods, who are also here for snacks. And a bunch of people come up to your table to come and buy cookies. So what I'm going to have everybody do for the cookie sale is I'm going to have everybody give me a skill check, difficulty of 5. No, I'm sorry, a charm test, difficulty of 5. This is going to be for cookie sales, so if you guys have anything that it boosts your cookie sale rolls, by all means, use it.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to instead roll with toughness because I'm and use an action where I help people, so I can use my pop off skill and get a +1?
Ooh. I like the creativity of that. Yes, you can.
Awesome. I'm going to stand behind everybody and I'm going to be like real big and tall and broad shouldered and just cross my arms like this and glare at anybody who looks like they're doubting whether or not they're going to buy some cookies. But then when they look a little shaken, I'm going to soften it with a smile.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like these rough kids.
I add drama because I feel like Princess will say it's like a little bit of a lie within the truth.
A little bit of
in
sales
terms
pitch?
of yes.
A little bit of snake oil selling?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'll allow you to use drama for that. Any other shenanigans?
These cookies will clear your acne. They'll water your crops.
Like, you know what? I know these cookies say that, you know, it's just mint, but it will clean your teeth like no one's business. I mean, look at my smile.
When you do that, Kiki, or no, not Kiana also smiles. Kiana is definitely like taking cue. Now that you guys are back, Kiana is definitely taking like cues from you guys and like trying to like sort of like emulate you guys to try and like sell their cookies better.
What was I supposed to beat?
A 5.
Oh well. Hold on, can I use my athletics?
I got 2 6s. Can I just give one?
Yes.
The way that this works, the way that the cookie sales works is for every successful roll over that TN hitting that 5 or above, you guys are going to sell 1 box of cookies for each.
Okay.
So
What happened?
if you don't have any, it's fine. The other girls will help.
Okay.
We got
Help.
you.
I got 1-6.
I feel like the reason why Princess didn't really sell anything, because she's very half-heartedly doing this. She's too busy, like trying to adjust her tiara and her glasses because she's the Velma. She's like, I have to look the part.
What about Ladasha? What did Ladasha get?
So you were saying that there were some folks who were like not sure about what they wanted. So Ladasha is using I'd like to use my sleuthing ability to sort of help people figure out what cookies they want.
I will allow it.
Yeah. So
I love shenanigans. Let's go.
just not even asking questions, but just like looking at people's outfits, kind of like looking at their hands and just going, "Oh, I get it. You're a peanut butter do-si do kind of person. You need 3 boxes."
Has anyone here ever watched Found?
Yes.
No? So you're basically doing a Margaret. Is like I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody watches Found? That is it's amazing trash.
It's because it's hard to watch shows that are like on TV until they start being on the internet.
That's true.
Who affords cable now? So I got a 5. Were we supposed to get 5s or 6s?
It's either 5 or above.
Okay. Yep. So I got one 5 out of that first couple of interactions.
And you know what? We're also gonna have a little roll for. All right. Okay, so you guys make it through your day, and you guys actually manage to. Actually, you guys make it up to lunch. Lunch, usually what they do is like between 12 at around 12 o'clock, people start like going out for lunch. You guys can just close down your booth and go get something to eat real quick. Or if you guys want to do shifts, you can. But so far you guys have made it to the noon lunchtime. Did you guys want to close down shop for now, or did you guys want to shift it?
Is there still a line?
Oh, there's still plenty of people there.
Maybe we should do shifts then.
I think we should do shifts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A little Miss Kiana speaks up and goes, okay, if we're going to do shifts, we should be responsible. So who wants to do first shift? We can do, and like, you can see like the little wheels going in their head and they go, we could do 3 shifts. That'll be 20 minutes each one. And so who wants to do the first 20-minute shift? And then, no. And then, like, you see, like, they're thinking about it really hard, and they go, somebody goes to lunch for 20 minutes, and then somebody else goes to lunch for 20 minutes, and then somebody else goes for lunch for 20 minutes. But we have to do it as a group. We have to do it in pairs, so that way everybody gets equal time.
Right. Well, you've been here the longest, so you get to go to lunch first. So who do you want to go with you to lunch?
Kiana sits and thinks about it and goes,
You see Princess doing like this. She points at herself.
Kiana almost picks Princess and then goes, no, wait, we can only do one Velma at a time. Like, she's whispering herself, we can only do one Velma at a time. If we do
this backfired on me bad.
it'll be too smart. So I think I'm going to take, and looks over at Ladasha and goes, Ladasha, you come with me.
Okay.
Yay!
You've been chosen.
And so Ladasha so Kiana is actually going to take your hand and like walk, like sort of like rush off with you to start making your way to the mess hall. And on the way, Kiana
this poor baby, her hand is all the way up here.
Kiana is just talking. Kiana's like, so I was able to get a good number of cookies sold, which is good. And you guys weren't gone long. So I did pretty good. I was able to sell like 3 boxes while you guys were gone. But I also did
that's incredible.
I also did open a little bit early, but don't tell nobody. Also, yeah, a lot of the adults aren't around.
Yeah, we did notice that.
They're
we did
supposed
notice
to
that.
be around. Miss Morris isn't here. I haven't seen Miss Morris, who is you guys' chaperone. Miss Morris isn't here. I haven't seen her around. And yeah, I think it's kind of weird.
It is weird that the adults aren't around, especially Miss Morris. You know how she gets.
Yeah, she's usually very, very punctual. That's why I made sure that I have the schedule. And she like has her little clipboard still with her. And it's like that's why I made sure I had the schedule to make sure that everybody would be on time and make sure everything got done correctly. But instead, I guess it's good that I did it because that means that somebody's keeping us on track. But also Leah's been acting weird.
Um, Aaliyah's been acting weird.
Yeah.
She was fine at breakfast.
Well, some guy came by the cart and they were talking, and then she got like really smiley and really weird. And then when he left, she was really happy, and then he went and talked to somebody else, and then she got really sad.
Was he did he look like he was Aaliyah's age, or was he like old, or was he like old?
He looked kind of old.
Like me old, Aaliyah old, or like your mom and dad old?
Oh, like Aaliyah old.
Like Aaliyah old. Okay. Did he go and talk to another girl that was like Aaliyah's age?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Is that bad?
Boys can be
something mean to her?
awful. Boys can be awful.
Oh.
Because sometimes they like to talk to you and then they like to go talk to somebody else. And instead of telling you that they're talking to multiple people, they will in fact just talk to a bunch of people, and you think that you're the special person and they have a lot of special people, and that's not okay. So that's probably why she's sad. Do you know where she went?
She said she was gonna go back to the bungalow for a little bit.
Okay.
Should we bring her a snack?
Yes. Let's go get some food and we'll bring her a snack. And you have just been running. Like, are you good? Do you need to go potty or anything?
No, but I am hungry.
Okay, let's get food.
Yeah. And so you guys make your way over to the mess hall. So you guys make your way to the mess hall. Is there anything you want to do while you're there?
Probably just grab whatever I know Aaliyah likes and then just sit and chill with my little friend and try not to like gnaw her adorable little face off.
Oh, so while you're gone, give me a charm test, difficulty of 2.
How many charms do I have? Oh, perfect. Watch my dice. Oh, lovely. I got a 6.
Yeah. So basically, because you guys are in mystery mode, right? She basically gives you the rundown on everything that she's seen since you guys were gone. Now, granted, she is around 7-8 years old, so the things that she's seen might not be very interesting, but a lot of them are very much social things. So she basically kind of gives you the rundown on like how good it looked like the other troops were selling. Star, she did see Star at some point, and she makes sure to tell you that she gave Star a very mean look and also did a very rude gesture at Star. It wasn't actually a rude gesture, it's just something that she thinks is a rude gesture because she's a little kid. And she and she saw Star actually like the thing that she will say is she saw Star walking around and like sort of like being what she calls being a bully towards the other troops. But she didn't really see Star selling anything. She did see Star's cronies at their booths selling things, and it didn't really look like they were doing a good job. And so she tells you all of that. She also tells you that the thing that happened with Aaliyah and the boy, and then she also tells you that she saw a couple other camp counselors leaving. She saw like 3 or 4 of them leaving to go do something, but like 3 of them came back, 1 of them didn't. And she doesn't really know what's going on there because she didn't want to leave because she didn't want to stop selling cookies.
So Ladasha is taking all this information in, and being having younger siblings, she's just sort of like taking it all in and nodding, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna filter out the little kid bits and keep the important stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why are all the adults being weird? I don't like that.
Give me, from the stuff that she told you, give me a skill test difficulty of, I'm going to say it's a 5 to translate from little kid.
Okay.
Or to see if you can further translate from little kid.
Sure. Hold on. Got a 6.
All right. So, you listening to her tell you what's going on, you very quickly figured out the thing where Aaliyah definitely has a crush on this dude that came and talked to her, and was very, very sad about him talking to other people. The thing with Star sounds kind of like Star's whole thing. Star is
par for the course.
Right. Star is definitely a bully in the mean girl kind of bully way, where like she's mean to people because she's like clearly better than everybody or whatever. But the thing about the camp counselors, like you ask her a little bit more about the camp counselor, and she sort of gives you like a rundown. She's like, yeah, like a bunch of them left, right? And then one of them didn't come back at all. And then the ones that did come back, like before, they seemed very, very nervous about things going on. But then when they came back, they seemed eerily kind of disinterested in everything. And she gives you that information, and then she goes, we should probably go give Aaliyah her snack before we go back.
Yes. Especially since you've got us on a tight 20-minute schedule. So
yeah,
everything is fair. So we got to get to her and then get back so everybody else can go on their break too.
We have to be punctual because punctual is how you sell a lot of cookies.
Yes.
And so you guys make.
So yeah, I'll like, I will let her have the responsibility of carrying the plate with Aaliyah's snacks on it.
Oh, she's so happy you gave her a responsibility.
And it's the, when you've got the plate, and then like, so it's a double plate on the bottom and then one on the top to keep it covered so she can hold it a little bit easier.
Oh, she's got her clipboard, and then she's got the thing, and then she's holding it like this to make sure that it doesn't move.
Perfect.
And you guys make your way towards the bungalow. The rest of the troop that is still at the booth, give me another TN5 charm test for cookie sales. If you want to do the same shenaniganry you did before, by all means, go ahead.
Let's hope it works this time.
Two sixes.
I have a 6, 5. It was TN4 or TN5?
TN5.
Okay, so I have a 6 and a 5.
Okay.
I got 2 3s.
That's okay. You guys help each other out. You had Princess last time. Princess got you this time. You're good.
We got each other's back.
So you guys are working through that line of people that sort of like that little Miss Kiana actually attracted to you guys is working well for you guys. You guys are getting some good cookie sales off. I'm gonna have you guys give me a skill test this time, difficulty of 5. You know what? It could be skill or charm, difficulty of 5, whichever one you want.
Can I still do shenanigans?
What kind of shenanigans are you trying to do?
I don't know. What we rolling for?
You're rolling to notice something going on in the area.
Okay. Well, I can't do shenanigans with that, so.
It's okay. I got a 6.
Oh, guess what? I have a 6 as well. A 6 and 5. Sorry, I had to count pause because I have cat dice.
All right. What about Astrid?
1-6.
1-6. Oh, okay. You guys are doing great.
Hmm.
You guys are doing your cookie sales, kind of like surveying the area, seeing what's going on around you guys. And you guys also notice that there aren't as many adults here with the troops, like the scout moms, as there should be, right? You guys look around and you guys also notice that like the camp counselors are there. Normally the camp counselors are very it's one of two things. Either they don't want to be bothered with a bunch of little kids, so they're kind of just standoffish, or they're extremely preppy and like excited and like cringe level of trying to like pep you guys up and see how you guys are doing, things like that. You notice that like the vibe isn't that right now. All of the camp counselors seem to be sort of like quietly almost patrolling, like they're moving through the area, but they're not really interacting with the troops, with the customers, or anything. Who here rolled a charm instead of a skill?
I did.
You did? Somebody walks up to you, real tall, lanky dude, brownish red hair, green shirt, comes to get cookies from you guys. And he kind of like, he's like sitting there doing the transaction with you guys. And he kind of looks around and he goes, how are things going for you guys so far? And he's old, but not ancient like a mummy. So he's like probably in his 20s, like early 20s.
I think, we're starting to warm up, but we can always do better.
You haven't noticed anything weird going on around here, have you?
Princess kind of cocks her head to the side. She's like, weird, how?
And he kind of leans closer and goes, I used to come here for this whole thing back when I was in the troops. Weird things happen at this camp, especially like around nighttime. I mean, weird things also happen during the day, I guess, but like I've been hearing stories from like my little cousin that things have been getting weirder and weirder every year. Have you noticed anything?
I mean, what do you mean by weird? What was the stories?
He leans closer and he goes, you're a kid. You're not going to judge me. I've heard that there's like aliens at this camp.
Aliens?
Yeah,
like what?
Like little green men, Marvin the Martian, that kind of thing.
Okay, like did anybody see the aliens?
Well, I didn't. I only saw the ghosts.
Wait, what? Wait, ghosts?
Yeah, this place is haunted.
It's haunted. Okay. Question: since you are adult, do ghosts turn into bats or wolves?
He kind of like laughs at that a little bit and goes, no, ghosts, they don't turn into anything. They're just kind of like, I don't know, like puffs of clouds. If you're looking at wolves or bats, it's probably like a werewolf or a vampire.
Huh. I mean, if you have ghosts, do you think like you have vampires and werewolves?
He kind of pauses for a second. And he goes, huh. I mean, if there's ghosts, then there's... And like, you can tell that like... above table as an adult, he's having high thoughts because logically that makes sense. If there's gonna be ghosts, why can't there be also vampires and werewolves? And so he kind of looks around and goes, "Oh man, this is too much." And he takes his cookies that he bought from you and he puts them in a wheelbarrow full of a gang of cookies that he bought from a bunch of other booths. And he goes, "Well, good luck, I guess."
Well, actually, and then I kind of wave him to get closer again.
He leans close to you.
I did see a vampire, so I would say you should up on the mint cookies.
His eyes get really wide. Give me a charm test difficulty of 5. And you can use drama for this.
Okay, I got a 6 and a 5.
Okay. Yeah, he buys 2 mint cookies from you. And then he goes, "Thanks, kid. Also, the thing with ghosts is most of the time," and he's whispering very conspiratorially with you, "most of the time ghosts have a thing that they're looking for, and if you give them that thing they're looking for, they don't really bother you. Sometimes they're haunting a place, but they just don't want you to be there, so just don't be there. But werewolves and vampires don't like garlic, and also I guess mint," he says as he literally opens the cookies in front of you and just starts eating them.
Oh yeah, they're cousins. Yeah, garlic and mint are cousins.
Are they? Whoa. But werewolves don't like silver. So if you have silver bullets or anything, that'll be very helpful, he says to a child.
Well, that was very helpful, mister.
He goes, "No, thanks." And he stands all the way up and he goes, "Good luck." And he just starts making his way out of the camp. What are Kiki and Astrid doing during this conversation?
Astrid is eavesdropping the whole time, taking copious notes.
I think that leaves Kiki to actually be selling cookies to other people who shop, and the second there's in between is what's happening over there.
I think that there's can I relay it to you?
Yeah. Getting little highlights every so often. And then I think when there's a break, it just kind of goes ghosts? Did he say where?
No, he just said that the adults are weird all the time, and every single year something happens, and there's more every year, and this year things are weird, and he heard from his little cousin that things are bad right now. But I don't know, we're doing pretty good selling these cookies, so.
We are? Yeah, that's pretty great. So wait, so what we need is potentially, all right, hear me out. We need an object that a ghost wants. We need garlic or more of these mint cookies.
Well,
and then
as you're having this conversation, a little kid walks up with a backpack that's almost the same size as this kid. This kid is not too much younger than you guys. He's maybe 10 years old. He walks up and he kind of you say we need something that a ghost might want. We need mint or garlic. And this kid kind of leans into your frame of vision and goes, "I heard you need stuff."
Maybe. Why? What you got?
Because I could possibly be selling stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Maybe some stuff that you need. And he holds his hand out and he goes, "Hi, I'm Nathan Jimenez."
Kiki.
He shakes your hand. He goes, "I am a seller of things. So what things do you need? And I might be able to sell them to you."
What kind of stuff does ghosts like?
He kind of sits for a second. He sits cross-legged on the ground and he pulls his backpack up and he opens it in front of you guys. And he digs his arm in there and his whole arm is in there. And he pulls out this really raggedy Ann looking doll and goes, "Usually ghosts like stuff like this. I think they live in
That's it.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, I got it from my mom's thrift shop."
Oh.
Wait.
That seems pretty good to me, guys. I don't know. It's pretty solid.
I mean, but wouldn't that be for a particular ghost? What if we have more than one ghost?
Oh, that's a good question. he reaches his arm in, and he pulls out like a Monopoly thimble, and he goes, "They might like this."
Hmm.
I mean, that's
I
sold
think,
stuff too.
yeah, I think we need to know how many ghosts we have first, and then see what stuff we can get for the amount of ghosts. Because my mom said, don't give 5 stuff when you only should get 3 because those bastards don't deserve it. So that's what she says.
Bastards.
Yeah, she says
You
that
gotta.
a lot.
Nathan speaks up and goes, "You gotta look out for bastards."
Yeah. Yeah,
Gotta
my
look
mom,
out for bastards.
every time she talks to grandma, she says that after they get off the phone.
So Nathan actually reaches into his backpack and just starts pulling out stuff and just like putting it on the ground,
Okay.
like on the grass in front of you guys. So he pulls out a little one of those, like from the arcade where you would like get the tickets and you would get like that little squirt gun.
Mhm.
That only had like 4 or 5 squirts in it and it was done. He pulls out one of those and he goes, "This one's filled with holy water. I'm pretty sure ghosts don't like holy water."
Ooh.
I
He
hear that
pulls
works
out-
on vampires sometimes too.
he
Oh,
pulls
it
out
does.
he pulls out a slingshot. He pulls out a kitchen knife. He pulls out he pulls out he pulls out like a bag of like little candies. And he just keeps pulling stuff out and like putting it in front of. He pulls out like a hole puncher, like all kinds of stuff. And he's just like, "What do you need it for?"
Question. Is the knife made of silver?
And he like picks it up and looks at it. I think so. And he like puts it down and he goes, "It's actually part of a set." And he puts his arm in there and he kind of like roots around for a little bit and then pulls out a fork and a spoon and puts it down. And then he reaches his hand in there again and he pulls out a pair of chopsticks and he puts them down and he goes, "Yeah, I think they're silver."
Wow, you're
Ooh, the chopsticks are actually really useful. And they're just like go to like
Wait, you gotta pay for them. You gotta pay for
Oh
them.
well, I'm just testing them before we buy
Whoa.
them. It's fine.
yeah. Oh wait, do you have
Give me a
Do you
chart
have
test
mouth?
for that one. Difficulty.
no.
Give a difficulty of 6 because this kid is about his work.
Uh-oh, this isn't gonna go well. That's a 4.
He looks at you for a second and he goes, "No." He like reaches out and like just takes them slowly from you and goes, "No, you gotta buy them first. I've been robbed before. That's not cool."
I mean, I don't think she was trying to rob you. Sometimes you give free samples and then people end up buying stuff from you.
I mean, I do like to go to this. I do like to go to the warehouse store and get free samples of everything.
See? And don't
Okay, you can have one chopstick, but if you like it, you gotta buy the other one from me tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, and he
Got it.
gives you the chopstick.
Nice.
He thinks he's very smart because it's not useful if you only have one. And he goes, "Yeah. If you guys need anything, you guys can always buy it for me or let me know. I'm around. I live in the village, so I come around here a lot because sometimes I like to hang out and go camping in the woods."
Nice.
Wait, so the
Well-
thrift store is nearby?
Yeah, it's just on the edge of town.
Oh,
wait,
really?
So the doll could be maybe from nearby, maybe?
Probably.
So you don't have any dogs?
Dogs? No. We have a cat.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen any dogs lately?
No, not really. The only thing you ever really hear, no. As a
No?
matter of fact, and he kind of like sits for a second and goes, "We haven't had dogs in town for a while."
Huh.
So, okay, let me get this straight. The dogs are going into the forest, and then there's bats in the forest, and then also all the adults are maybe going into the forest.
There's ghosts.
and there might be ghosts.
I have a doll. It could help with the ghost. I don't think it's gonna do anything for like bats though.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh,
Wait, did
but
you have
and
garlic?
he reaches in the bag and pulls out one of those little mini bats that you could get from like going to a baseball game. They have like those mini size ones. And he pulls one of those out and he goes, I have like a baseball bat.
That's kind of cool. Do either of you know how to use a baseball bat?
I'm more of like a slingshot person myself, but I listen. Can I use my can I roll for toughness and but use that to like intimidate him with who my dad is? Because he's an
Ooh.
entrepreneur and so is my dad.
Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. Give
So I
me
think
a toughness difficulty of 4.
okay. Astrid kind of sizes him up and takes out a Velcro Pokemon wallet
Mm-hmm.
and shows some singles and some crisp 5s and a couple of 10s from their way too much allowance that is clearly a bribe because their parents move them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 5s.
Okay. So you show him that. Do you tell him who your dad is?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, do you know the fitness expert? Not Billy Blanks, but the guy who is slightly less popular than him because he doesn't have VHS tapes. Yeah, that's right. Jamal Mayhew, that's my dad, one of my 2 very handsome, very fantastic, and well-employed dads. So I do have some money to take that doll off your hands, but also I'd like you to apologize for being rude to my friend and throw in that other chopstick for our trouble.
You see there's like anime stars in this kid's eyes. Like just so excited. And he goes, uh yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course. That you know what? I'm sorry. I was a little bit rude earlier. That is not how you conduct business. And he like takes the other chopstick and the doll. And he goes, how much do you want to give me for them?
What was your original price, good sir?
$3.
How about I give you 5 and you don't tell anybody what you gave us today and we do business again in the
Okay.
future? She
He
like
just
slaps
slams him
the 5.
straight over you.
Make sure it's the crispest, nicest one.
He
No
takes it.
creases.
He takes it and it's so pristine that he doesn't even like put it in his little wallet. He like takes a notebook out of the back packet and then puts it in the notebook and then puts it back in the backpack. And he goes, yeah, I can't wait to do business with you soon. And he makes his way out. Ladasha, you and little Miss Kiana make your way to the bungalow. When you get to the bungalow, Aaliyah is not there. And I think that's where we're going to go to break.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh no, Aaliyah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. We are continuing our game of BadgeQuest, and actually, we ended or we went on break before a very interesting situation happened. Ladasha and Kiana went back to the bungalow to see what was going on with Aaliyah to maybe help heal her possibly broken heart, and find out that Aaliyah's not there. Ladasha, what do you do?
Okay. Well, we're not going to walk around with this plate of food attracting bugs and critters. So we're just going to leave this on her bed. And then I'm not taking you into the woods. We're going to go back. We're going to go back and we're going to change shifts and we're going to tell the others what you told me. And then if they want to go look for Aaliyah, they can. But I don't think it's a good idea for just you and me to go into the woods right now to go looking for Aaliyah.
Yeah, that's smart. But with Aaliyah gone, then that means that we don't have even people. So then, oh no, I did the breaks wrong. And she like gets genuinely like upset about that. And she kind of puts the plate of food on Aaliyah's bed and walks over to you and was like, I'm sorry, I messed up the lunch break.
What? No, you're fine. You're fine. Look, the fact that you even knew to divide the breaks into 20-minute increments, and you're 7, like most 7-year-olds can't do multiplication and division or tell time. So I think you're doing spectacularly.
Give me a charm check, difficulty of 6.
Oh no, what is my charm? Okay.
You can use
I was gonna say, can
this
I use...
is going to be a role related to making observations or solving a puzzle. So if you want to, you can reroll.
I was gonna say, can I use my sleuthing too? Can I use sleuthing? All right, one of y'all's gotta be a 6. Hey, and 2 of them were. I rolled double 6s.
All right. So you say that to her, and she smiles a little bit, and she goes, yeah, we haven't learned division in school quite yet, but we're going to be getting to it soon. And she smiles up at you, and you notice that she blinks, but she doesn't blink normal. She doesn't blink vertically like you've seen her blink before.
Mm-hmm.
She actually blinks, or she blinks horizontally.
Like in Men in Black?
Yep.
Like there's just a deep sigh from Ladasha. She doesn't say anything. She just runs.
Kiana, she is very shocked, and she does run after you. Like, but we're gonna go change the shifts, right?
Yep, we gotta go.
Okay.
And she's just running, and she's being very loud about it. Like those platforms are making a lot of noise, and she is purposefully kicking up a lot of dust, to try and disorientate little Miss Kiana.
Disorient, athletical, and
Yes,
acrobatical. Yes. Give me for that. I'm gonna have you give me a toughness check. The difficulty is gonna be 4.
Okay. I don't have anything to add to this. Oh, but I rolled double 5s.
Alrighty. So you are running and kicking up dust in the platforms. And then like you hear her running up behind you. And then after a while you hear like this little tiny coughing from like a little tiny little person. And then you don't hear her running after you anymore. You do as you're running in the distance here. I'll get there as soon as possible. Just make sure that the next people go on their break like they're supposed to go on their break.
Yep, I got it. Try to keep up as I'm still kicking up more dirt and dust.
And you rush back and make it back to the booth with everybody else.
Yeah. Kiana's an alien.
Wait, what? Why are you out of breath? Wait.
I'm sorry, what?
Kiana's an
Look, I
alien?
know. Look, Kiana's an alien.
How do you know?
What do you mean?
Look, we blink like this. She blinked like this.
Is this the first time we noticed her blink today? I don't.
Yeah, I never.
She blinked like this.
I-
She's either got gills, and she needed to breathe, or she's got two sets of eyelids like a cat. Either way, she's an alien.
So,
Oh, no.
like, did she get replaced at some point today?
Yeah.
We
Or,
did leave
like,
her
has she
alone, but it was only for like 15 minutes.
Well,
Well, 15 minutes. You can do a lot in 15 minutes.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. No. I climbed a tree in less than 15 minutes.
I know she's I felt really bad, but I had to run. She scared me,
Aw.
so I ran away.
Do you think it was the boy or because remember, like she said that Miss Aaliyah was acting funny.
Yeah, she
Oh.
was. And we couldn't find Aaliyah.
Yeah, she was.
Aaliyah's gone.
Wait, Aaliyah wasn't there?
She wasn't in the bungalow.
Oh
I
my
don't know where she is. And I was gonna send y'all to go look for her and just hang out here with Kiana, but then she scared me, so I ran away from a small child.
Well, I mean, if she was an alien, I mean, it wasn't like an alien child, was it?
I don't know. I feel really bad because she's still so small, but like I don't know if it was one of those weird situations where she's like in a cute little Kiana suit or if she's just a baby alien or what. But I needed to come and tell y'all before she heard me tell y'all.
Oh no.
So, well,
So she's such a cute alien.
And she's too smart.
As you guys are having this conversation, you guys notice. Actually, give me a skill check. Give me a skill or a charm check. Difficulty of 4. This is for noticing things. So if you have like a sleuthing or something like that, you can use that as long as you're using the associated ability.
I have a 6.
Also got a 6.
Yep. Also
1615.
Okay. So you guys, as you're having this conversation, you're having this heated conversation like at your booth, you guys notice that now all of the camp counselors have stopped moving and have all turned and are looking at you guys.
Oh, that's bad. You guys see
Yeah.
that?
It's still daytime,
Princess,
right?
It's still daytime.
Princess, who is the closest to me?
I mean, I
Either
think
me
we're
or
all kind of
Astrid, I
standing in
think.
like a circle, like around our booth. So
I mean, I also think it would probably be
Okay,
Astrid,
I think,
Astrid
like, the
was in the
minute-
background, like
Okay, I think what happens is like I grab Astris and start running, and whoever I go past, I think I just like do a muffled run. So
Is the bad kid still here?
the bad kid.
Bag.
bag.
The bad. Oh,
Our
Nathan.
entrepreneur. Yeah, Nathan.
No, Nathan Nathan sold you the stuff that Nathan was going to tell you, and Nathan kind of like wandered off. If you want to, you can do a skill check. You can do a skill or a toughness check because it is a little physical to search for things, kind of, to see if you can like spot him anywhere in the crowd.
I'm gonna try.
Difficulty is going to be 5.
He's got a lot of stuff, and I just think also he's also small. Shoot, 4. Dang it.
You don't see him.
All right, never mind. Just gotta leave bag kid Nathan behind.
So you
Sorry,
guys
Nathan.
book it. You guys leave your cart, you book it out of there. Where are you guys going? What direction are you going in? Are you going back towards the bungalows? Are you going towards the mess hall? You're going towards the forest? What?
I don't think Princess thought that far.
I think I grabbed some cookies. I made sure to get mint and peanut butter in case you run into vampires or bears.
Oh,
Good
I
choice,
lied
yes.
about the
And
mint.
then and then I think I'm like, because is it Ladasha that has the what's it called, the wagon? Do you have the wagon?
I do, and I was just thinking about that, and I'm thinking about like the fact that because I grew up sheltered and my mother is a paranoid human being, I have pepper spray. So Tasha pulls that out of her bag. It's just like it's not a knife, but it'll do something.
Do something.
I'm throwing cookies in the wagon, and I think I'm like running ahead and like forest.
All right.
Forest?
How is
Forest.
this the answer? Is this the best course
We
of
can go to
action?
all the empty adult houses, but like, who knows what's in there? We could go there first, but like,
Maybe
I
it's
feel like
not
we're
so
gonna end up in
bad.
the forest.
Maybe it's not so bad to just like get the little clicky eyeballs. I mean, maybe they've got a cool evolutionary something. I'm not good at
But
science.
they didn't look
Right,
like they
I'm
have
so-
adventures, and that concerns me.
Look, everybody, the counselors were weird and either disinterested or overly excited.
They
Then they
start
weren't,
staring.
and now they're staring.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of worried. They don't seem to think for themselves, and that's sad.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
where do
Okay.
you guys want to go?
like they got a hive mind, and that's like some Borg nonsense, and I don't want to deal with it.
So we have to find the main mind who is thinking for everybody.
Okay, so probably in the forest, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta go back to the footprints, don't we?
Yeah,
we
we
gotta go back to the
do.
footprints.
Okay.
So wait, what do you have in your wagon?
Well, I've got all the cookies that y'all just threw in here. I've got a lighter, I've got pepper spray, I've got a flashlight, and she's like moving stuff around. I've got water. Because there's never enough of that. And then hairspray, which I thought was weird, but I don't question my mom. Y'all know that. So when she just does a thing,
Do
Oh,
you know the trick
mine.
where you have the lighter and then the hairspray?
Yes,
was
my
at
brother
least
told me
you.
about that. Yeah, because we watched a movie and someone did that in the movie, and he's like, "Please don't ever do that."
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I'm
I've
gonna,
only
I'm gonna
seen it
give
in real
these to
life.
you. I think she was just trying to be like helpful in case we ran into some folks with a bit more fine hair. To be nice.
And you hear
And there's bug spray.
As you say that, Ladasha, you hear a little voice go, "You also want to be careful of monsters." And you turn and you see little Miss Kiana standing there looking so very sad and being like, "You also have to be careful of monsters. Monsters are they're very, very bad and they try and hurt people. And you got to be careful."
So Princess is staring very intently at Kiara to try to see how she's blinking.
She's blinking. She's blinking normally.
All right. I'm gonna do the thing, and Ladash is gonna kneel down because very tall. She's gonna kneel down so that she's eye level with Kiana and just go, "I'm sorry, I ran away from you, but I know your secret, and it scared me."
She like looks down at her feet and she looks up at you and she blinks wrong again. And she goes, "I figure you guys would figure it out eventually, but like, I didn't think you would run from me."
I was scared because everything's weird, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I understand. You're probably scared of monsters. Monsters are scary.
Wait, so
So-
do you
And I
know
watched
for-
entirely too much TV and too many movies, and yeah.
So Kiara, are you an alien?
Yeah.
Oh well, I didn't think he was
Oh.
going to say it that quickly.
Can you turn us into aliens?
Do you
I
want to
don't-
be an alien?
No, I can't turn you into aliens. That's not how being an alien works. If you want to be an alien, you got to be born. Well, because there's a bunch of types of aliens. You got to be born not here on this planet, but like you can't be born on my planet. My planet doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
Wait, what
so
happened to
is
your
this-
planet?
The monsters got it.
The what
Monster-
now?
The monsters.
What kind?
Wait.
There's a lot of kinds. So sometimes there's werewolves, and sometimes there's bats, and sometimes there's
No.
swamp monsters, and sometimes there's
Wait.
And
Sma-
hold on. And
Swamp
these are
monsters?
yeah. They live in like swamps, or sometimes they live in just regular lakes.
Okay. Continue with the list.
Sometimes there's wodas. Sometimes there's this
Wodas?
thing. They're like a kind of, so like, you know when you put two mirrors together and the mirrors go forever.
yeah.
Well, sometimes a creature jumps out of that, and then that creature comes. Sometimes it'll look like you or whoever was looking in the mirror before they did the forever, and then they do bad stuff.
So you came here. So you decided to live here instead?
Yeah,
Other than-
because there weren't a lot of monsters here, but I'm starting to think that there's monsters at this camp.
Okay,
So,
you
does
know
that
what?
mean the monsters are aliens too?
I don't think the monsters are aliens.
Wait, so
I
how
mean,
do
apparently
we
they
how
have
do we have the same monsters then?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Because like if
Okay.
you're from a different planet and our planets are like islands, right? It's
Mhm.
hard for the animals to get across sometimes to be in the different places. So
Yeah,
how do
but
you
like,
have werewolves and then
because like, you know how like I look like a human person, but just a little different. And then this time she blinks again with the, yeah. So like sometimes it's called spontaneous something. But so you know how there are
evolution?
trees on one country, and then if there's another country across a lot of water, and there's also trees there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess it's like that, because I don't know what the werewolves or the vampires or the swamp monsters or the wodas or the boohags or the
boohags.
I don't know. I don't know what they look like here.
Okay,
But
all right.
I
Wait.
do know that your boohags are different, because sometimes if you just throw a bunch of marbles on the ground, they'll count them and they won't.
Okay, you know what? That's it. I'm going home. Where's the phone? It's a payphone around here. You know what? That's it. I'm fine. I'm calling my mom.
If we okay, but no, hold on. Okay, because if the monsters are concentrating here, if we leave, they don't just go away.
No, they usually make more monsters and then they take over your planet. That's what happened.
They're making more of themselves.
Well,
they're getting the adults.
Okay.
Oh, also there's Frankensteins and zombies and
Okay.
So we know there's
Thank
probably
you.
werewolves and there's probably bats, right?
Maybe we should go home. Maybe that's.
Well, like,
Yeah,
so
This feels
what's
like
happening
like
to
a grown-up
counselors,
problem
though?
now.
This
Yeah.
does. This
Yeah.
does. This
we
feels
let it grown
like
up.
Do we have any grown-ups left?
As you say that, you see walking out into the woods is that old ancient man that you guys saw during breakfast. And he walks out and he looks out at you guys and he goes, "What are you guys doing out here?"
Selling cookies.
we're taking a break in between selling.
He gives you this very, very. You guys watched. Have you guys watched Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Oh no, please don't.
Do you remember the naughty episode?
Please don't.
He-
Please don't.
He gives you that big, thin smile and goes, "I don't see anyone out here for you to sell cookies to."
You know what, mister? I'm out. Now start Princess walks the opposite direction.
Now. Why are you all back here? You should be at the cookie market selling cookies. Don't you want to win the competition?
Oh, well, we do,
am I
but
taller than or the same height as this man?
You're probably around the same height as this man.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna keep that in mind before I act.
Okay.
So
What was Kiki saying?
oh, well, you see, there were some creeps over by the cookies and no one was helping us, so we left. You should probably go deal with the creeps.
He pauses for a second, and you see him sort of like tilt his head, and then he looks at you guys and goes, I don't see any creeps there.
What? But you're over here, so how would... Guys, I think we should go.
Princess is still walking. She is dipped.
Wait, okay, guys, can anybody distract him?
At this point, Kiana just turns around and starts running. She's running into the
Astrid
woods.
takes out their slingshot to try and create an opening for everybody to get a head start.
Okay.
Similarly, that's when the pepper spray comes out, because you said I was the same height as this man. So just right into the eyes.
Alrighty, I think we're getting into a scrap, you guys.
Okay,
All right.
Can I roll to figure out if I notice that they're about to go into a scrap? Because
You haven't gone too far yet.
Okay,
You just
good.
turned around and started walking. So you're still like in the area. So what I'm going to need everybody to do is I'm going to need everybody to give me a skill test. The difficulty is going to be 6.
Okay.
With 6?
That's how you do the initiative in scraps,
Oh, I
baby.
I forgot.
Oh, 6.
Why? Why did you do this to me, Dice?
1 5.
You just had to be one higher. You just.
I also
I
got
got
a
a
5.
All right. So we only got 1 success. So less than half of you guys got a success on this. So what that means is during each of these phases, whichever phase you choose to take action on, you're actually going to be going second in the phase behind the enemy, which currently is the lead counselor. So,
Oh, I have an ability as the enforcer. During a scrap, enemies test for morale the first round, so long as they can see you and you aren't exhausted.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so right now we're getting into a scrap. So we just rolled initiative. So the next thing that we do in scraps is the second phase, which is called the declaration phase. So there are 3 phases that you can choose to act on. The thinking phase, where you're doing something creative or nonviolent to try and resolve the situation. The running phase, where you're just getting the heck out of there. Or the fighting phase, where you're gonna actually try and like fight this monster, right? Now remember, you choose one of the phases, and you're going second behind any other enemy that chooses to go on that phase, okay? So each of you guys gets to pick individually. So let's start with Kiki. I can use your game names. Kiki, which phase do you want to go to? Do you want to do the thinking, where you're nonviolent, trying to solve the situation, running, where you're just getting the heck out of there, or fighting?
I think I want to see if there's anything in the area I can use to like supplement the pepper spray as like I don't know, like that I could throw at him or use to distract, so that later we can book it.
Okay. Then I will say you're trying to like boost a friend and try and like come up with a distraction. So I'll say that's the thinking phase. What about you, Ladasha?
I think attacking someone with pepper spray would be the toughness, because I'm very much trying to blind him. I'm not going to empty the can, but I would like to get his whole face.
That's fair.
With the pepper spray, not just his eyes.
What about Astrid? Which one does Astrid want to work on?
Astrid is definitely going to stand their ground with the slingshot, so I think I'd probably want to attack.
And Princess, what's Princess gonna do?
So I think if Princess kind of spies that the pepper spray is out, she wants to take advantage of that, and like while the creepy man is blinded, she wants to attack by doing pretty much kicking him in the face. So I wish
Fighting
it was
phase.
like, yeah, it's definitely a fighting phase. I wish like you can get like points for doing like tricks or stuff because I wanted to do like a running and then just kind of like,
Hey, when we get to that point, I love shenaniganry. So if you describe it
yes,
well enough to me, I might let you do it. So, we've got everybody's where phase everybody wants to fight in. So the first phase is the thinking phase. You do not have an enemy that is going to try and do anything on the thinking phase. So Kiki, what are you trying to do to distract this person so that way, there could be a little bit of a boost for the attacks against him?
Yeah, I think I want to mostly just see if there's anything around that I can, basically that I could, I don't know, like maybe something that would make like a really loud noise, or that could be thrown at him, or that could be like thrown under his feet so that if he tries to move, he might trip. I'm just kind of like looking for an item if there's anything nearby that I could.
Give me a let's do it a toughness. It could be a toughness or a skill check.
Okay.
It is acrobatical and athletical.
I love that those are our words.
Those are our words now. It's going to be a difficulty of 5.
Okay. It is. Okay, so on it, either way, this is 3 for me. So should I pick which one I'm using, or does it matter?
You can pick if it's going to be the same for you. You can pick it after the roll. That's fine.
Okay.
It's going to give it a different flavor.
6.
All right.
I think let's go tough. That sounds fun.
All right. So earlier today, you guys were in the woods. You were looking at stuff. You were doing your little Girl Scout tracking, trying to figure out what was going on. So you've gotten kind of used to the terrain here. And one of the things that you remember is you got attacked by a bat earlier when you got up in the trees. So that gives you reason to believe that there are probably bats up there. And those bats probably are trying to mind their own badass business and wouldn't want to be disturbed. So what you do is you pick up just a little rock that you found and you chuck it as hard as you can up into the leaves of the tree that's right behind this guy. And let's roll a d6 about it. Let's roll a d6 about it. Oh, that's a good roll. So you see 6 little scrappy bats rush out of the trees and just make their way down towards that guy and basically just like get in his face and sort of like mess up his ability to see anything. That's going to be your thinking phase. Did you want to, you can, even though you're not going on the running phase, you can still move if you want to. It's like a 30 by 30 foot movement that you could do. You guys are like at standoff kind of range, but if you wanted to spread out or anything like that to make sure that he couldn't get all of you at once with something.
Yeah, I probably will spread out somewhere between where we are and where Kiana ran off into the woods. Just position myself between.
Okay. That works. Alrighty. So next is the run phase. Nobody chose to do anything during your run phase, and you don't have an enemy who's doing anything at the running phase. So we're going to go to the fighting phase. Now, Astrid has a thing where I got to roll a morale check. Does it say what the hold on. It may test for morale the first round so long as they can see you and you aren't exhausted. Okay.
I mean, can he still see us? He is being attacked by bats right now.
He can see generally, you guys. Okay, let's see. Let me look at his. Okay, so it's morale is. Ooh. Okay. Let's do this. It's going to be just 2. Oh, so his morale is 5. He just made it. He had 2 dice to roll. He had 1 5.
Dang.
So he kind of the bats kind of distract him, and he looks at you guys like really frustrated at first, and he does look almost like he's gonna storm off, but he doesn't. He sits there and he's still trying to deal with the bats. So next it's you guys' turn for fighting. Did somebody have something they wanted to do first?
Yeah, I want to try to beat him in the face with my slingshot.
Do it.
I think
That's
I
gonna
have to roll a test, right?
You would have to roll a skill test because slingshot is a mid-range weapon. So it's a skill test. Let me make sure that I got the right thing here. Whoop. It's bedtime for babies. Let's see. You have to make a skill test with a target number of 6.
Okay. No.
Okay. So you pull back your slingshot and you go to shoot it at him, and you miss and you hit the tree behind him. And the bats are not happy about that.
I think my character gets really, really embarrassed and just kind of throws her slingshot to the ground and retreats into the woods to go call an adult.
That's fair. Alrighty, Ladasha Princess, who wants to make the next move?
I guess I am going to attempt to blind him more now that he's got bats on his face, but he's not leaving. My friend just missed her shot, so I'm going to attack him with pepper spray.
Okay. Ooh, pepper spray. I'm going to say that's going to be a lot like a slingshot, so that's going to be a mid-range weapon.
Oh, man. Okay.
Give me it's going to be a target number 6 skill check.
Okay. Nope. Double 5s, but no 6.
Alrighty, so you make the attempt to spray him, and you don't get him. Alrighty.
Right. Also going to run to where I saw Kiana disappearing to. Just gonna try to take off.
Alrighty. Princess, what are you gonna try and do?
I think as I see Ladasha running towards me, I'm running towards her, and so I wanted to do some shenanigans. So I think I'm using the momentum of her running towards me and kind of use it to propel myself. And I'm going to use my martial arts skill to kick him in his kneecap so they go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a T. It's going to be a TN6 because you're doing melee. It's going to be a toughness check.
Okay. And I can add my martial arts.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, TN6. Okay. Oh, wait. I got athlete. Okay. I got athlete. Okay.
It's athletical and also acrobatical. Let's go.
Okay. So what is it? Okay. You may re-roll the die. Is it just one dice or all the dice?
It's one dice.
Okay. Which one has...
Actually, it says you may re-roll the dice. So I'm going to say it's all of them.
I love you. I love you so much.
I want y'all to win.
I got a 6.
All right.
God. I'm so happy.
So, you straight up kick this dude in his kneecaps. He's sitting there messing with the bats. You straight up kick this dude in his kneecaps, and you just hear him go, ah! And he starts to curse, and then realizes he's around kids, and then stops himself, but then realizes he's a monster and just cusses anyway. Is there anything? Do you want to try and make a movement?
I think right after, like, I do that, I just book it out there because everyone else is running towards the woods. So I'm just like, okay, this gives us enough time to like maybe lose him.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're still on that scrap. You guys all seem to be running away. Normally, what we would do is we would go back and back to the declaration phase and declare what we are trying to do. But it looks like you guys are actually trying to get out of there. So what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to have you guys, we're technically all going to be doing the running phase. So I'm going to have you guys do let me make sure I got the right skill here because I don't want to tell you guys the wrong one. So you're going to do a toughness check, and it's going to be a TN target number of 6 to try and escape.
Why so many? Why?
Because it's a scrap, baby. You gotta.
I still don't like it.
Scraps are hard, my friend.
Okay. Come on. Why? Why?
Yeah, no, that was a definite failure. I got a 3.
Yeah, I had a 5 and a 1.
Alrighty.
Well, I got a 6. So.
Ooh. Kiki got a 6? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Kiki, you managed to run. What did Astrid get?
A 6.
A 6? Okay.
Yeah.
Kiki and Astrid, you guys managed to get away, right? You guys run off into the woods and you are able to get away from this big camp counselor. Princess and Ladasha, you guys do not get away. As you see your friends running off, Princess and Ladasha, what you guys notice is you guys notice more people coming out from the camp and from the woods, and they sort of surround you. And as they surround you, you can see that it is camp counselors. It is some of the adults. You actually see Mrs. Morris there, and you also see Aaliyah standing there. And as they're all standing in front of you, the lead counselor comes up and looks at you guys and goes, "Looks like we're going to have to make an example." And we're going to cut away from you guys. And we're actually going to do a little flash forward. Later on in the day, it's getting closer to evening. Kiki and Astrid, you guys actually run off and you find Kiana. And Kiana you guys are in the woods. It's starting to get dark. And Kiana is just like, Princess and Ladasha should have been here. How come Princess and Ladasha aren't here? Where is everybody? Where are all the adults? This isn't good. Oh my gosh. And like, you can tell like she's having like a little mini panic attack.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This is the trick they taught me. So you breathe in for like 6, and you hold it, and then you breathe out for 8. I'm making up numbers. Don't worry about that.
And she does this, and you can see every time she breathes out, she's the last 2 seconds. She's using so much of her little energy to get to the last 2 seconds there. And she goes, okay.
All right, there you go.
The monsters are here.
Yeah, So you said you've unfortunately you've dealt with them before, maybe?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do we do?
Well, you got to stop them from turning people into monsters.
Okay.
Which means a lot of times it's like, it depends on the kind of monster. Like, okay, so with werewolves or with bats, if they bite you, not bats, vampires. But I don't know if it happens when and you can see that like they get a little distracted and then they come back to the situation. They go, with werewolves or with vampires, basically what they got to do is bite you. But vampires suck because if the vampire bites you, you don't necessarily become a vampire. There's like a whole ritual you gotta go through to become a vampire. If you're just bitten by a vampire, then you come kind of a vampire, but like the big vampire has control of everything. If you are one of the zombies, it's also a bite. If you are like a ghost or you just gotta die. If you are a Woda, you gotta come out of a mirror. I don't know if you could change people into Wodas. I guess if you put somebody in a mirror, you could become a Woda. I don't know. Boohags take your skin and then they become regular people, and then you become the Boohag. And like they're just going through their Rolodex of things.
Wait, okay.
Just like, but like I don't know what kind of monsters they are. What did they do? What do they do?
They kind of have like a hive mind thing going on. It's like they're all drones, like bee drones or something.
Body snatched.
Body snatched. Oh, they've been so there's this like monster that's like a brain. Well, he's not a brain, he's just a guy. But like if the guy eats other people's brains, then they become part of his brain. And so, but if you get rid of the main guy, then they get their brains back.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's a much better ending than I thought. That's cool. That's neat. Wait, so we just gotta go get that guy again?
Is that guy
I think so. He's the only one who seemed kind of like all up here, you know?
He didn't seem like a zombie.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a zombie. Does he?
Like a zombie.
Can he see through other people's eyes?
Yes, he did. He was weird about that because we were like, "Oh, there's creeps at the market with the cookies," and he like kind of stared out into the abyss and was like, "I don't see any creeps over there," and we were like, "Haha, that's weird. You're not there, so how would you see things?"
Oh yeah, he's definitely like a super brain, and those are definitely like we call them ants because ants all have like the same brain. He's turning people into ants.
I don't want to be an ant.
Gross.
You're not even really as strong as ants are. Ants here can lift up so much stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
Wait,
the only
were your
way
ants
it'd be worth
weak?
it.
Sorry, we were just talking like the ants somewhere else weren't as strong. That's not the important part, though. We gotta focus.
Well, the ants where I'm from aren't that strong, but they're also the size of people.
No.
Oh. Okay. That'd be kind of cool. Can you ride them? Sorry. Okay, again, off topic. So
Only
we gotta
if
get
you're
the guy.
friends with the main ant. Yeah, we gotta get the guy.
The guy with the brain.
Yes. So
Okay. The bats don't seem to care about him. They'll attack him too. So maybe what we gotta do is we gotta form an alliance with the bats.
I think they'd be open to it. He didn't fly in your mouth earlier, and he could have.
He could have. We could have. We ended up that didn't happen. You're right. And then what about the wolves? Was that one counselor a wolf? Do we think?
Oh, it did smell pretty bad.
We could ask. Where did he go?
So past the bats, further in the forest.
Okay, we can go further in the forest and see if we can find him. It's almost dark, so like, and as she says that, you hear like a howling out in the distance. You know, the direction you hear it from, you know that's the direction of the lake, but it is starting to get dark, so it will start to get a little bit harder to navigate.
Yeah. Wait, you still have did we get the little, what did we end up getting from him? Was it the bat or was it the tiny water gun?
Chopsticks.
Yeah.
And the doll.
And the doll. Maybe we have to summon a ghost.
We could maybe. How do you summon a ghost?
Astrid's like, I saw the craft, and I read a lot of Stephen Schwartz scary stories to tell in the dark books. So I think that maybe I will put this here. And they put it like on a tree stump.
Mm-hmm.
And they look around and they're like, Ancient Forest. Repeat after me, Ancient Forest. Ancient Forest.
Ancient Forest.
Please come and answer our call.
Please come and answer our call.
We need you to send us someone important to help us convince these bats and other creatures to join our cause.
What she said.
Convince to join our cause.
Give me a charm roll. Difficulty 5. Actually, give me a charm roll. Tell me what number you get.
4.
A 4? Okay. Okay. You say that, and you hear a rustling in sort of the trees near you. And then after you hear the rustling, out pops Nathan from the trees. And he's just kind of like, what? You need something? You need somebody important? I'm important.
Astrid is so scared that they just pass out. Like they're so freaked. Like they were like really channeling the spirit. They were having this really big moment, and their like arms were open wide to the sky. And then the crinkling happened in the forest, and they were like, "Nope," and they passed out. I do leave the doll and the chopsticks and my slingshot for everybody. I do have to bounce. I'm so sorry, y'all. I hope you have a great rest of your game. This has been so much fun. Please do whatever you want with Astrid. They would love to continue helping.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you for playing with us.
Of course. Have a good night, y'all.
Have a good night.
So Astrid passes out. And as Astrid passes out, Nathan actually walks up and goes, whoa, is she and looks at Kiki and goes, is she okay?
Probably. I'm gonna say probably.
Nathan opens up their bag and like reaches their arm in it and goes, I probably have some sort of like smelling salts or something, but it'll cost you like $0.25. Oh, here we go.
I pull out Astrid's wallet from Astrid's pocket and I look for $0.25.
Yeah, you can find $0.25 easily.
And I give him $0.25.
You hand him the $0.25 and he takes it. He goes, thanks for doing business. And he puts the smelling salts in front of Astrid, and Astrid kind of gets up and goes, whoa. Did I do it?
Kind of ish, maybe. So, okay, here's the deal, Nathan. So, you remember the weird counselor guy? Have you seen him walking around before? He's really old.
The old guy?
The super old one.
Yeah, I've seen him walking around.
Okay, so he might be turning people into not zombies. Well, to like sort of zombies.
I was going to say, most people are not zombies.
Yeah.
And Kiana speaks up and goes, yeah, he's turning people into, he's a big brain. So he's turning other people into like his little brain minions. So
like ants. He's turning them into ants, but people, and it's bad.
And Nathan reaches into his bag and goes, I got bug spray if you got $2.
Well, okay, so maybe we can do that. Maybe. Wait, Kiana, do we have to like, when we say we have to stop him so that other people get their brains back, what does that, like, do we have to take his brain or like?
Probably. I think mostly you just have to stop his brain powers. What makes people not smart?
Coconuts to the head. Too much TV, according to my parents.
Is that why you've never seen Scooby-Doo?
Oh yeah, that's what it was called. Yeah, I think. What else? Not having your vitamins? I don't know.
Well, I think maybe the coconut to the head thing might help, but if we don't have a coconut, we could use...
Do you still have a bat?
Nathan pulls the bat out of his thing and goes, yeah.
Okay. We might have to work with that. Okay.
You know what? Since you guys are such good customers, and he looks at Astrid for approval, I'm going to give you this one on the house.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. That's great. That's awesome. So, oh gosh. Okay. So the ghost thing didn't pan out, but maybe we can still bribe the bats.
We should, Astrid goes, yeah, we should still bribe the bats.
Okay, what can we bribe bats with? What do bats like? Do you have any fruit in that bag?
He reaches in the bag and he pulls out candy, not fruit.
I might have to do. I don't know if they like candy, but we're gonna try.
Kiana like takes the candy and goes, okay, where are the bats?
Vaguely in that direction.
And so Kiana starts marching ahead in that direction.
Oh, okay, cool. Do I need to roll to see if we actually find them, or
give me it's going to be a tracking thing.
Okay.
So you can
Scout
use you are a scout. Let's see, it's going to be a skill test. The difficulty is going to be a 4.
All right. 6.
There you go. So you make your way, you start making your way through the woods, and it's starting to get dark, but like you hit a sort of familiar stride. You hit a point where you're like, oh yeah, I remember this from earlier. And you're starting to like see the little marks of where you guys were, and you start making your way in that direction, right? Okay. And as you walk in that direction, you start to notice, looking up in the trees, you can see the reflection of eyes, and you hear the fluttering of wings opening, and you start to see bats come down and like fly around in between the trees and stuff, and they're just like fluttering from tree to tree. And Kiana actually stands really, really close to Astrid and looks up and goes, I think those might be vampires.
Okay. All right. So, here's what we're gonna do, okay? I'm gonna do the candy thing, and then, Nathan, if everything goes terrible, you have the holy water, right?
He reaches in the bag and pulls out the gun and goes, yeah!
Okay, great. Don't use that unless we have to.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna, I don't know, do I climb a tree?
You don't have to. If you want to just call out, the bats will notice you if you call out.
Yeah. I'll like take a little bit of a step away from them so they don't like immediately get pinged also.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the vampires, bats, clan, people, group, I don't know what you prefer to be called.
You see all of the bats that are kind of like jumping from tree to tree start to come down, and they slowly sort of like build the silhouette of a person, and then suddenly there's just a person standing there, and it's just like a guy. He's just kind of like a teenager looking like dude, and you actually hear Kiana in the background go, that's the guy from earlier. I told Ladasha about him.
Oh. Hey, you.
Yeah?
Oh. I don't know. They, someone I know thinks they know you. Anyways, so like, did you know that there's a brain guy? And he's taken up all the people. And I just think that's bad for us because we have to sell cookies to people and also maybe have our friends back. And I hear that vampires like to feed on people. Is that true?
He kind of shrugs and goes, sometimes. I mean, not all vampires, but like...
What do you eat?
You guys taste kind of good.
Oh, okay. So do you eat people?
Not usually. People actually are really nice if you just talk to them. I never knew that before.
Oh, well, I'm glad that that's a thing you know now. Do you like cookies?
What kind of cookies? Are they the mint ones?
They can be.
Yes.
Awesome. So here's the deal. There's a brain guy that we don't like, but we have cookies, the mint ones. So we're kind of hoping that you could maybe help us take on that guy so that we get everyone back and you can have cookies.
He kind of like sits and pauses for a second. And he's like thinking about it. Give me a charm test. Difficulty of 5.
Oh no. Okay.
I believe in you. You got this.
6.
All right. So you tell him about the cookies and you tell him that and he goes, "You know, I mean, yeah, that sounds like a good idea." So you said it's a brain guy?
Well, so he looks kind of like a normal, really old dude, but apparently he's a brain guy because he's kind of like turned all of our adults and friends into ants that kind of just follow his commands or whatever.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it seems pretty sad.
I mean, and actually Kiana speaks up and goes, "I think he got Aaliyah, the girl at our booth that you were talking to earlier." And like the guy kind of like pauses and goes, "Oh, she's my friend. Why would he take her? That's not cool." And like you see him getting physically mad. And he looked like a normal teenager at first, but the more he talks, the more pallid he gets. And then you see his fangs growing and you see his eyes start to go from like a greenish color to just straight up red. And he goes, "You can't take my friends like that."
Yeah, true. Right, Astrid? Yeah.
Astrid is nodding. I think Astrid's response is a mixture of "Whoa, this is cool," but also "This is scary." And is Astrid speaks up and goes, "Yeah, so you should come help us fight these guys, so that way they can let your friend go." And he like nods and goes, "Yeah, let's go." And you guys now have a friend who will help. You have two friends actually who will help you fight because now you also have Nathan because he's just tagging along.
Yay!
So
Probably gonna try to steal us stuff along the way.
it's getting closer to dark. It's actually past dinner time. It's almost time for campfire, right? You guys, having been here before, you guys know that like there's dinner time and then like you have a time where you get a rest in between and then there's a campfire time. And campfire time is when everybody gets together around this big campfire and the camp counselors usually tell stories. Ladasha and Princess, you guys are there at campfire, but the only people who are there are the adults that have clearly been taken and Star's troop.
I know. I'm just like I knew she was a freaking monster.
And you guys,
Is this how you do it?
you guys are basically like you guys are almost. It's almost like they tied you up like very like tribal pit roast style. Like they were gonna roast you like a pig, but they're not actually gonna roast you. They just need you tied up so that you don't haul off and hit one of them. And
Question.
Go ahead.
Did they check our pockets?
Give me a charm test, difficulty of 5.
Can I add my deceive? Because I feel like
You can have deceive works.
okay. Don't fail me. You was so good to me earlier. So good to me. 1, 5. Exactly.
There you go.
Just one solitary 5.
So,
I have a pile of die that went from good to bad, so I get it.
so they have not checked you guys' pockets yet. So any weapons or anything that you guys have, the only thing that you don't have is the pepper spray, and that's because the guy saw that and was like, absolutely not.
So Princess is definitely, she is pissed. She is pissed, especially when she saw Star. She's not even pissed about the actual monster. She's pissed about Star being one of the monsters. I feel like it's just on site with her and Star. So I have a Swiss Army knife,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to just, just shimmy it out and then just start like trying to cut away the ropes without them noticing.
All right. So I feel like at this point, It's later in the evening. At this point, Kiki and Astrid are actually making their way to Campfire. And they are in the outskirts of Campfire. People can't really see them because they're like staying out in the darkness. Nathan's also there. The vampire kid is there. And Kiana is there. And Kiana is there. And so basically, you guys are spread out in the darkness. And we are going to start another scrap. So I'm going to need everybody to give me initiative. You got to give me a target number of 6. Let me make sure I pull up Astrid so I can get, it's a skill test, target number 6. I believe in you. You could do this.
Okay. Come on, dice. Come on. Why? Why when I need you, do you...
Autumn die. Not one of them was a 6.
No.
Alrighty. We got 1 6. Because Astrid didn't even get a 6.
No!
All right, so you guys are going second with in each of the phases that you guys choose. So we're gonna go declaration phase. So we got thinking, running, or fighting. So I will say, Princess, if you are trying to cut yourself out, that would count as a thinking phase because you're not being aggressive towards anyone else. It's just you trying to get out of the restraints.
Okay.
I think Astrid is definitely going to go through at the fighting phase because she's going to try and take as many people out as possible. Kiki, what phase do you want to go on?
Well, I mean, okay, so we're kind of like on the periphery right now, yeah? Okay. So I'm assuming I probably, like, am I so far enough that I need to do like a running phase to get close to anybody?
No, you would still be able to get close to people within the phase with your regular 30 by 30 movement.
Okay.
And I will even give you a lay of the land. So what you're seeing is you're seeing Star and her troop. So it's Star, her 2 little cronies, and then 2 other people. So that's like 5 kids sitting there. You're seeing the camp counselor, or the main camp counselor. You're seeing, you're not seeing any of the adults that you would normally see. Mostly what you're seeing is you're seeing other camp counselors. And there's about like currently, there's like 3 or 4. There's 3 camp counselors and the main guy. So you have the 5 kids and then you have the 4 other people. So that's going to be like 9 people altogether aside from Princess and Ladasha.
Okay. I think I'm gonna take one of the pieces of candy we didn't end up needing to barter with from before. And I'm gonna try to, like, you know how in like some of the sneaky games you can like throw a can or a bottle in a direction and then the enemies will go and look at that instead? I want to do that.
Okay. So you're basically trying to distract them.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will say that would be a thinking phase. Ladasha, what do you want to do? Which phase you want to go in?
I guess it really depends on what you consider shit talking to me. Cause I am just cussing everybody out at this point. Cause I am angry. And I am going full in on Star.
Okay. That can actually be a thinking phase. Cause it's non-violent-esque. You're not physically hurting her. You might be messing with her emotional state. All right. Let's see. And then what are the monsters gonna do? They're gonna have to make, because, oh, but they can't see her. But okay. So do on the first phase, on the thinking phase, we don't have anybody else who's working on the thinking phase. So you guys already told me what you guys are gonna do. I'm gonna need you guys to give me hold on a second. Where's what? There we go. You have it's gonna be a TN6 skill check. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's a TN6 charm test to try and
thank
get
God.
your
Okay.
to try and get off your little non-violent.
Can I? Is there's okay? If I'm trying to be sneaky about it and kind of make people think that I'm just like I just gave up, can I?
You want to try and drama it?
Yes. I'm just like, oh, woe is me. I guess, I guess we got beaten. I guess I will never see my mother, my father. Oh,
if
mama,
you're gonna be that
papa.
dramatic about it, I will let it be a charm test. But you gotta hit a 6. You gotta hit. You can drama that. Yeah.
Oh, mama, papa.
Mama,
Papa. I shall miss you, but I shall be a monster's aunt. Oh, thank God. I got a 6. I got 1.
nice. So you hit that 6. And you're doing that to sort of distract the fact that you're trying to cut yourself free, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So everybody buys it. All of the enemies completely buy it. They're just like, oh, this girl is having the worst day of her life, and that's bad for her, but we're gonna keep going on with our mission. Kiki, Ladasha, what did you guys get?
So I technically rolled a 5, but I have not tying as one of my badges. So theoretically speaking, could I roll one more die for a skill test that uses hand-eye coordination?
You know what? I'll allow it.
Okay, let's find out. It was gonna be a 6 and then it fell off. Hold on. 6.
Nice. Okay. So what was your plan?
I wanted to throw like pieces of candy to kind of like distract and like lead their attention away from where our friends are.
Okay. So
as much as possible.
You throw that candy, and you actually get the attention of all of the counselors who start like looking away from. They're not even looking like in Astrid's way or anything like that. Or even looking at Kiki and Ladasha. They're specifically like kind of like looking around because they hear that noise and they know that there are more kids out there, and so they're like looking, but they're not necessarily be able to triangulate on you guys.
Okay.
Ladasha, what'd you roll?
With all those dice, I did roll 1 6.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just looking Star directly in the eyes, like you cheating ass, bald-headed. I know that's a weave. And she's just like, you couldn't beat us, honestly, if your entire family's lives depended on it. You have to dirty tactics and now monsters. I hope you never know peace in your life ever again. And just kind of, she goes in on Star. She goes in on her cronies. She starts talking about her mama, her daddy, her dog, whatever. Just anything she can think of. And she's just pissed. And then for a brief moment, she turns and looks at the camp counselor and she starts going in on him too. And then she turns her attention back to Star and is just so angry.
So Star and her cronies are actually going to have to do a morale check now. Which they don't. Come on. The morale check wasn't even that high. Which they don't make. They got a 2. All right. Cool. So, you start talking about them and Star like looks really angry for a second and then just immediately starts crying. And then it's almost like a wave. All of the other girls also start crying. And so next round, they're probably going to try and run. Astrid. You know what? Astrid's got her slingshot.
I would like to note that when she looks at the counselor, like she went full black when she was talking about the girls. So when she looks at the counselor, she just goes, I don't know who you think you are or what you think you're going to do, but I am not afraid of you. Because whatever it is that you do to me, the second my mother finds out, she is going to pin you to a wall like a butterfly. And I am going to laugh when she does.
Oh. Okay. He's got to make a morale check now. And also, so do the other counselors. Hold on. He passes his. Let's do the counselors as a group. Counselors don't pass theirs. The counselors are also failing their morale check. So it looks like it's just going to be you guys versus the super brain again. All right. Astrid's going to attack the super brain. She's got 2 because she's using. Oh, but then she's got the extra. Let's see. So she's got to hit a TN5. No, a TN6. And she doesn't make it. She got 2 4s and a 2. Alrighty. So that's that first round. Second round, we are at the declaration phase again. I will tell you guys right now that more than likely, actually, no, on this phase, the camp counselors, aside from the brain guy, and Star's whole crew are going to run. So if you want to, you can chase after them. You don't have to. You can focus on the brain guy if you want to. But which round do you want to move on? The think, the run, or the fight? We'll start with Princess.
I think after Ladasha pretty much read them for filth, she is like, Princess is hyped up now. She's hyped. So she's gonna fight.
Princess, do me a favor, give me a skill check. You did really good on that drama, so it's gonna be a difficulty of 3.
Okay. Okay. Got a 6 and a 3.
You're good. So you cut yourself out of those restraints super easy. So what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What's your action going to be? Or which one are you choosing? The thinking, running, or fighting?
Oh, I'm fighting.
Fighting? Oh, of course.
Yeah, I'm hyped up. I'm hyped up now.
You're mad now. Kiki, what do you want to do? Thinking, running, fighting?
I think it's time to fight. I think I'm going to take that baseball bat.
Works out. Ladasha, thinking, running, fighting.
Well, I'm still tied up, so I guess it's thinking phase for me until someone frees me.
Okay.
Oh crap! Am I right next to? Oh.
Actually,
Nah, do what you got to do. It's fine.
Okay.
I can continue to sling insults.
Hold on, I'm thinking about names. And then Ashton, of course, is gonna. Okay, so, and then he is going to boom. All right. So, this is going to be first the thinking phase. So, Ladasha, before you even actually make your movement, you see out of the woods run 2 little kids running straight towards you, and you actually see Nathan and Kiana both like reaching out to try and untie you. They are both gonna make a check. Oh, they rolled a 1 and a 2, so they do not get you out of there, but they tried their hardest.
Try their little best.
They tried their little best. So if you want to, you can also make a check to see if you can get out. It's gonna be a TN, because you don't have. It's gonna be a TN4.
What am I using for that?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's gonna be it's gonna be a toughness check.
Okay. Double 5s.
There you go. So you are out of your restraints.
They loosen the knots for me. It's fine.
For the run phase, so Star and her crew run off. The cam counselors, they run off. So now it's time for the fighting phase, and the brain is mad. So the brain is going to. The brain is actually mad at Ladasha. So the brain is going to turn.
Did just scare off all of his cronies, so that makes sense.
The brain is going to turn to you and try and do a telekinesis attack. So it's going to be a TN6. It's going to be a TN6 toughness check. They've got 2 toughness die, and they don't make it. So they attempt to do a telekinesis attack at you, and like it's you basically manage to get yourself untied. So like when it comes at you, basically he just kind of hits the stick, and he just curses and starts yelling at his cronies to come back. But you can both hear. Weirdly enough, you can hear him out loud yelling, but you can also hear like in your mind him yelling for people to come back.
Nah, you was all big and bad before. You was all big and bad before when it was just us. What you need them for? Let's go, old man.
Squabble up. Princess, what do you want to do?
I'm about to squabble up. That's
all right.
I'm gonna use martial arts. I'm gonna use tough.
All righty.
So pretty much, if he's focused, okay. So how focused is he on Ladasha? Like, is his back turned to me or anything?
His back is not turned to you, but like he's angry and his focus is on Ladasha right now. So like you have a feeling that you could like move around and it would take him a bit for him to notice you.
Okay, so I want to use my martial arts to kind of sweep his feet so he can fall and be at least prone enough that we could just start jumping him.
Okay. It's going to be a TN6 toughness check.
Okay. One 6.
Okay. So you sweep his legs and he literally like almost Home Alone cartoon-esque, like his feet fly up in the air and he falls flat on his back with like a really, really loud thud. Kiki, what are you going to do?
I would like to whack him in the knees with a baseball bat.
All right. Give me a TN6 toughness check. And with the baseball bat, you actually do get +1 die to your toughness.
Ha-ha! I love baseball bats. Let's go.
Oh, that's a 5.
Close but no cigar. So I think what happens is you go to try and swing at him just as Princess is trying to sweep the leg, and literally he's falling as you're swinging, so you just barely miss him. Astrid's gonna pull back and use her slingshot again. Actually, you know what? Astrid is gonna run up. Because Astrid gets that extra for pop off. Astrid's gonna run up and pop off. Haha, and Astrid does hit a 6. All right, so Astrid is able to run up and just straight up, like he falls on the ground and she just runs up and just kicks him dead in the side of his dead in his side. So we are back at declaration. So which phase do you guys want to? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about the vampire kid.
Our vampire kid.
Yay. The vampire kid does not like the fact that his friend got taken. So vampire kid is going to go up and try and bite the guy.
We should probably ask vampire kid his name after this.
Yeah. We can't call him vampire kid.
Ooh, wow. Okay, vampire kid also got a 6 exactly. Vampire kid only has 1 die for that bite. So yeah. All right, cool. Whew. This is a very bad fight for this little guy, for this brain guy. Alrighty. Um Top of the round. Where do you guys want to go? Think, run, fight. I'm gonna start off again with Ladasha.
Okay, so he's currently on the ground, having been kicked, and is now currently being, I'm assuming, grappled and bitten by a very strong, angry teenage vampire.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you guys only need to get one hit on him and he's toast.
Great.
If you guys want to just curb stomp him.
Yes, I would like
a
to
question.
attempt to curb stomp.
Uh-huh.
I have a question. So the sticks that we were tied up to, are they like
Pointy?
Could we pick them up? Or they're too heavy for us?
No, you would be able to pick one of them you would be able to pick up. The other one got messed up when he tried to do his one of them splintered when he tried to do his little telekinetic power, but the other one you could pick up if you want to use it as a weapon. And I will say it will be the same thing with the bat. You would get an extra die on that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Princess, you want to think, run, fight?
I want to fight, and I want to pick up the stick and hit him on top of his dome.
All righty. Kiki, think, run, fight?
Fight.
Are we about to just X-Men stomp this guy?
Y'all are about to curb stomp this man.
We just X-Men jumped him. All right, it's gonna be like that JoJo meme.
I was literally just thinking about the JoJo gift. Just everyone just stopping, pausing.
Oh.
One more person, stomp.
This is the Powerpuff Girls beating up Mojo Jojo for sure. For sure.
Yes. Just out of nowhere, just like boom, boom, boom.
He knows he's in a bad situation, so he's actually going to try and run. Good luck, my guy. And also, Nathan and Kiana are also going to fight. They're little kids, but like they're mad. So he's going to try and run. We'll see how that goes. Nope, you rolled a 1 and a 2. Did not go well. All right, so fight. Everybody, because you guys are gonna curb stomp him. I need everybody to give me everybody else. Everybody's doing close up, so everybody give me a TN 6 toughness check.
No.
It's another 5.
Yeah.
Another 5.
Yep. 4 out of 5.
No.
All righty.
Small children save us. even smaller children save us.
Let's see. Vampire does not get his bite off. Woo! Astrid. Okay. Now let's see what about the kids. Okay. Where did you guys get it? Okay, so the vampire goes to try and take another bite. But the super brain actually because he tried to run, he moved out of the way and managed to get a little bit out of the grip of the vampire. You guys go to take your chance to just sort of wail on the guy, but he's like wired. He keeps getting away. Astrid and Kiana kind of like they see you guys moving. Kiana sees you guys moving, blah, blah, blah. And Kiana blinks and waits as you guys are getting ready to go up and hit him again. She takes her little foot and brings it back as far as she possibly can and kicks dude square in the head, just as Astrid is on the other side, kicking him in a more unfortunate play.
I've been waiting for that specific kick. Like,
I was thinking about it, but I was like, we're supposed to be aiming for the head, so.
And that's actually the last hit you guys needed in order to knock this guy out. He goes limp. He is gone. Kiana, after she kicks him, actually runs behind one of you guys and like peeks around and is like, is he gone? Is it good? Is it good?
You did great.
Well, you know what?
Very
I
good.
watch this in movies, and I take the stick and I just hit him in the head.
Also, yeah. There is definitely it's like he might be out or he might be faking. So let's make sure.
So you guys continue to Mojo Jojo curb stomp this man.
Yes.
And then when they're done, I'm gonna tie him up.
Yep.
Just in case.
And you guys tie him up.
See how you like it.
And the vampire kid kind of turns around and goes, Is Aaliyah okay? Like, what's going on?
Find her and tell us.
Yeah, we have to find the.
Go to her.
He gets hearts in his eyes a little bit, and he goes off to try and find Aaliyah.
Aww.
Okay, but like, come back and tell us if she's okay.
Will do.
Right, like it's so dark. We need help finding people.
You guys tie him up and you guys start making your way back to camp. And as you guys are walking back to camp, Kiana and Nathan are actually talking. Nathan is like a couple years older than Kiana, and Nathan is actually starting to take things from the camp counselor, the super brain. So he like takes his glasses and takes his tie and takes his shoes. And it's like, I wonder if my mom can use any of these things.
Actually, I'm gonna take that tie back, and I'm gonna since he took his glasses, I'm gonna take the tie and like tie it around his eyes so he can't see anybody.
Ooh, okay. And he's like, and like him and Kiana are talking, and it's a very interesting conversation because they are talking about business. These are a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old talking real hard about business, but they're coming up with like a business strategy, and Kiana's like giving him tips on like how to sell things and things like that. And you guys actually make it back to camp, and the scene back at camp is very weird. You see, actually, when you get there, coming out of the woods, like a lot of the adults that were missing before. So like you actually see Miss Morris and you see a lot of the camp counselors. You don't see Aaliyah, but you can assume Aaliyah has found a place to be with her vampire boyfriend, I guess.
Question
mark. And you guys actually walk up with the super brain tied up, and one of the counselors comes up to you guys and like looks at the situation, and you think that they would be mortified, but they actually look down at the camp counselor and they kick him again. And they're just like, thanks. Like, we've been dealing with this guy for years. So it's nice to be able to think for myself for once.
Oh,
Wait.
that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like forever.
That's how
Years?
that's how they've been winning every freaking year. Freaking Star.
Yeah, where is Star?
Oh, yeah. Wait, are they disqualified?
Star is actually sitting up by the little stage where they have like the little karaoke mic, and Star is just crying. And you say that, and are they disqualified? And like everybody kind of like turns and looks at Star, and like not in like a creepy way, but in like yeah, and like you see like some of the moms come over, like a couple of the moms go over to Star or whatever, and you actually see Miss Morris goes, yeah, no, we are about to have a very serious meeting among all of the scout parents to make sure that we don't have to deal with this kind of cheating ever again.
So I think when someone mentions Star and look towards her direction, like all Princess see is red. So it's a Leo and Stitch situation where she just runs and just start wailing.
Oh wait, Princess. Oh, okay.
And I think that is where we are going to end everything.
Okay, but like, do we win the trip to Enchantment Park though? This is very important.
I'm gonna say everybody is so very grateful for your help and the obvious cheating. And of course, Kiana did such a good job buttering up all them people getting the cookies. You guys do not win most sales this year. Mostly because Nobody knows who got the most sales because clearly there has been cheating. But everybody decides to give you honorarily the tickets to Enchantment Park for saving everybody's lives.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And so,
Fiona with us, right?
of course, she's excited to go. So our scene ends that evening with everyone celebrating the fact that they have been liberated from the super brain. Princess is beating Star's ass. Lilo and Stitch style, just wailing on this child. Somewhere off in the distance, Aaliyah and her vampire boyfriend, whose name you did not get, it's actually Alucard. He gave himself the name after he became a vampire because he is also a fan of Castlevania. They share their first kiss, and in the distance you hear the howling of what could be a wolf. And that's
Is
where
Nathan a baby werewolf?
That's where we will end.
Boo! Boo!
But I gotta know. We gotta have our sequel. We gotta
Thank
know.
you guys.
Popping
Thank
out
you
of
guys.
bushes.
So much for playing with me.
So good. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for playing with me. I've had so much fun. I'm gonna have you guys, we're gonna do a little bit of outro. But before I actually have everybody do the outros, I want to say thank you again for everybody who donated. We met our goal, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yes.
We met our goal.
We went over our goal.
We went over our goal, which was all I wanted. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed our little fun, little cute story that we told here. But before we go, again, I want to thank our sponsor, Transplanter RPG. Thank you so much for sponsoring this whole thing for us and for, trying to raise money for a good cause. Thank you to Apochromatic Unlimited for putting this together. We love you guys so much. Thank you to also the other channels that are also helping with this, Obsidian Brews and House of Dreams. And we're gonna do a little bit of an outro. So Allegra, where can the people find you?
Hello. I have been Kiki Wright, Scout Extraordinaire, and you can find me at Alluring Allegro on Blue Sky and Twitch for the most part. Lots of silly songs, broken jukebox behavior, lots of video games, mutual aid and charity. So thanks for having me.
And Garnet, where can the people find you?
Hey guys, I am Garnet. Playing Ladasha was so much fun. She is the teenager that I always wanted to be. I am on Blue Sky at Ashton Brienne and same pretty much everywhere I want to be found. That's how you can find me. This was a blast. I had so much fun. Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out and watching us just be goofy, dangerous teenagers. And I had such a great time. And this is going to be, thank you. I'm babbling, but I'm just really excited about the fact that we met our goal.
Alrighty, and JP.
Hi, JP Fairfield, and I played Princess Maze, who on site with Star. She don't like that girl. But you can find me on my socials. It's on my card, jpfairfield.carrd.co. I also play TTRPGs with the Reclaimers here, right here in Nerdgasm Noir Twitch channel every Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I feel like that's right.
You are correct.
Thank you. And also, I'm also one of the co-hosts of Nerdgasm Noir podcast, which I am on with G and 4 other awesome Black women. You can also find information about Nerdgasm Noir at our card, nerdgasmnoir.carrd.co. That's NERDGASMNOIRE, Nerdgasm Noir. Thank you for coming. I had so much fun. I want to play with y'all again. I so desperately want to play with y'all again. It's so much fun.
Alrighty, and we want to make sure that we get Candace's information out there as well. So if you want to find out where you can find Candace, make sure you check out their link tree. It's going to be at linktr.ee/Candace the Magnificent. That's where you can find them everywhere on the internet. And then, of course, with me, myself, you can find me anywhere I'm at on the internet. If you look at my card, nanicoolj.carrd.co. Again, thank you so much to everybody who helped put this together. Thank you so much to Transplaner for helping sponsor us. Thank you so much to everybody who donated. We very much appreciate it. Thank you for helping us meet our goal and our extended goal. We freaking love it. Hope you guys have a nice night. Hope you guys had a great Black History Month, and hope to see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.